We're back!
Oh man, I don't know why the anxiety had to release. I'm actually in a good place right now. We're good. Plans are coming together well, which means you're all gonna die tonight.
Wow.
No, it's
Character, you guys. Let's go.
You just want your
up,
imaginary friend character.
Yeah, I do.
When I said level up, what I actually meant was everybody make new characters. You're dead.
Got it. Okay. That is a way of leveling up.
It is, but they will be at a higher level. All right. Well, yeah, we're back with more Broken Fate. We have this is the same crew as last week, right? We had the whole gang here. Is that correct? Yeah, I'm trying to remember where we landed. Yeah, okay, and then next week we should have Andrew, so that'll be good. But for tonight, before we get started, who would like to recap what happened last time?
We got the submarine, right? We
Did it.
We got in, we took a
searched
tour of the place, found out that it needed crystals or something crystal adjacent in order to operate any of the pieces of it. And then we all had a conversation where we were like, what do we want to do with this thing? Do we want to give it back? And most people are like, yeah, we should probably give it back, but like keep our options open maybe just in case. Because that would also involve probably killing our paladin friend and
Becoming
declaring
fugitives.
Yeah, it's just more trouble than it's worth. And then we went up.
I wouldn't expect that of this party. There are some in the past where we've had some just bunches of freaks that would just do that. But I didn't quite expect that from this group.
Hey, we can be freaks if we wanna.
Can we be king
We can leave
now?
your
We
friends
have a
behind.
weapon.
That's true.
And then we went to the druid and found out that the crystals they're like gems that you infuse with a spell that, will allow the sub to use that spell in a way that like it will magnify it. So like if you give it a movement spell and put it into the engine, it can now move, type thing.
It's basically materia.
Yeah. So we have to get materia and slot it into the right places, and then it'll finally work. He showed us how to do that, and I think we got, 4 pieces from 4 spells from each of us?
Yes.
So we can put those in and hope we know how to operate it from there. We also asked our paladin friend to send to the castle so that they can bring over the engineers that worked on this, I believe. Because
Yes, they will be good.
We're not quite sure how it works once we do slot things in, and we might get worse.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
The engineers are scheduled to arrive the morning after your present time.
Yep. And then I'm not sure what else we did. If somebody wants to fill in the blanks that I'm not remembering.
That's me. Oh, well, we fought the Githyanki.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
Mm-hmm. Yes, there was a set of Gith twins that also showed up.
Out of the
They had
blue.
mirror image. The jerks.
They had mirror
They
image.
knocked out Dame Narcisse,
Mm-hmm.
and we're about to take the ship. But
More importantly, they knew where the ship was and how to get to it.
yeah,
Very specifically. Knew where that shit was. So clearly somebody got the other note with the coordinates.
Even more importantly, Bo and Azov had a little bit of a tense moment there when revealed that both of them had some kind of I don't know if feelings is the strong enough word for Azov. Maybe he's just like, she's hot. I don't know. But Bo was expressing that he was catching some feelings for the paladin.
that is true. We are in a challengers situation.
Yeah, no one's made that Photoshop yet. We should, one of us ought to do that.
I unfortunately don't get the reference, but I trust that it's accurate.
Is that the new tennis movie?
Mhm.
Yes, it's very good. It's a very, very good movie.
Okay.
Probably the best movie I've seen this year, to be completely honest. Very good movie.
Oh. I don't know if I got that far, but yeah,
It is funny, but anyways.
two tennis
Well-
players vying for the affection of
Of one Zendaya.
Zendaya.
Yes.
So probably
And who
more
among
like real
us,
life,
you know?
than-
Yeah. Well, it was funny. Everybody would take the shot of her with the two guys on the bed and then put it next to that shot of Tom Holland crying,
Oh,
which
no.
was always very funny. Oh man. So yeah, you fought the Gith twins. You killed one and you took the other alive, presumably for some questioning, because I'm sure you have a lot of questions for said Gith girl. So we're gonna pick up. I guess that's not the right page. This is the right page. We're pretty much just gonna pick up, I think, right there after you have. I mean, she's like zeroed. She's unconscious, but you did take her alive, thanks to 8-9's bounty hunting skills. And I think that's more or less where we're gonna pick up.
Well, she's above 0, right? Because she was healed.
I don't
Did
know if
some-
we healed her yet. She's definitely at 0. But
Yeah,
did-
it's
Oh, I thought somebody
Ooh,
gave her
the
a potion or
gift?
something.
yeah.
No,
I
no,
gave-
the...
Dame Narcissa potion.
Yeah, okay. Sorry, I thought that's who we were talking about. Never mind.
Oh.
no. You did bring Narcisse back. She's good and conscious now. But the Gith girl you specifically took alive. Like I said, presumably for questioning. I'm assuming that's what you would do.
We'll go ahead and take whatever weapons she has and tie her up.
Okay. If you wish to inventory said weapons, she has a scimitar and a dagger.
I'll take those.
And her twin
Yeah.
brother would have the same. Because they had like some freaky like underhand side grip going on with their attacks. They were.
Actually, other question, do they have any materia on?
They do not.
Okay.
I like that we're just calling it material. That's
Well, I
love
mean, you
that.
know.
I mean, yeah. What else are you gonna call it? But no, they do not.
Wait, so what the fuck was their plan of getting this?
I don't think they knew how it worked yet. They didn't
Oh,
have
that's-
anyone who worked on it.
That's great.
I mean, yeah. Clearly, their plan was not this, but you have apprehended them.
Speaking
I think
of
we just
plans,
caught the first scouting party.
Speaking of plans, do we have any plan of how we are going to interrogate this person? You can see that he's still kind of breathing heavy. He's keeping his rage going for now in case he needs to still use it for a bit.
Oh, while you're raging, do you want to just check out the ship, make sure there's no more stragglers on board?
Yeah, you got it. And he's gonna go do that.
Sure. Go ahead.
Can I use my rope to tie up the gift?
Sorry, ropes don't work like that in this world.
Well, fuck me, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm out, guys.
Yeah, totally fine. As long as somebody has a 15 gold lock, though. That's the important part. That's what really keeps them secure.
Shit.
Or however much that lock cost, Braun. I don't remember how much it was.
It's an absurd amount either way.
It
Worth
was-
every gold.
So as Bo was moving through the ship, Bo's been in here before, so he knows the layout now. You move through, you do not find anyone else inside of the sub. It seems like these two are the only ones.
Alright. I will
Can I go
relay
ahead?
that information.
Can I go ahead and loot the other male Gith? See if he had anything, any weapons, anything important on him.
So they both had the same scimitar and dagger. So there's two of each of those. And the male would have on him, you would notice, you'd be able to tell that it's different parchment and ink from those coordinates for the warcasters that you guys got. But he does have a parchment with the same coordinates written. Not all three, but this specific one. He's got, some sort of orders basically that were assigned to him.
Does anybody want these daggers?
I mean, I would take them, but I already got I already got like 2 normal ones, and I can just summon some.
Alrighty, well, I'll take them then, because I could use a couple of throwing things in case, because sometimes my wee little legs can't take me as far as I want to go. I want to get some hand axes, but in the meantime, a couple of daggers will do.
Everybody's gonna dagger by the end of this campaign.
It's the only thing I have. Don't do it.
8-9, any want these scimitars?
No, I'm all right.
Then I will take both of those.
Cool. Yeah, other than that, there is not really anything else on him. I mean, there's the normal like kind of traveling pack, right? With the bedroll and the flint and what have you that you all kind of carry around, but there's nothing there's no like prize thing that you're like, whoa, they were carrying some special thing.
They don't have any of the Githyanki slates.
No.
You know what I'm talking about, those circular devices?
The discs.
The things, yeah, they do not. They do not have any secret. They don't have Sheikah stones.
What? So what do we want to do with that one? Do we just want to wait around until she wakes up? Are we doing anything in particular? Are we waiting for her to wake up and then just asking her questions here? In front of her dead brother? Like
yeah.
psychopaths?
Are we
Oh, and-
honeypotting her?
Oh god. Maybe we take her inside of the ship and see if our magic stones work.
Do we want to bring her in the ship? I feel like that's not a good place for her to be. She can possibly communicate. No one can speak with the dead, right? No one here? Narcisse, that's not something your oath allows?
I don't think she has that. Double check her
So-
sheet.
Why don't we deposit the body into the water?
Yeah, I was just going to kick him over the side.
Yeah.
Okay.
Circle of life and all that jazz.
No, Narcisse does not have. She does have Zone of Truth, which will be important here in a moment, I'm sure, but no Speak with the Dead.
Well, I definitely think that we should have someone here on watch 24/7, as we now know that they know of this place's location. and
Also
will
need
likely
to notify the other groups.
to take the let out, as it were.
Because we've been here 2 days? 1 day?
Let's look at the calendar.
I think it's still the day of the Sahuagin.
So 2 days total?
It
maybe.
is.
Yeah.
You are. You arrived on the morning of the 8th. It is currently midday or so of the 9th. It's been here like a day and a half. And of note, tomorrow the 10th is the day that the other group is that the caster group is supposed to reach its destination.
What kind
just
of
based on
pigeons were they
normal
letting
travel
out? What the fuck? Like,
Game of Thrones season 7
like
pigeons.
season 7 pigeons, right? Like they got their lickety split. You're like
Well,
shit.
Keep
unless
in
they
mind
were
the
close.
emperor.
But
Well, then remember the emperor and some of his people were at the coronation.
oh, son of a bitch. That makes sense too. They're just god dang. Why didn't I try to shoot both pigeons? My goodness.
I think you guys did. You just only hit one.
I didn't miss
Um,
anything that night. I don't know what you're talking about.
So yeah, as of tomorrow is the day the Castro group is supposed to arrive, and then 2 days after that is when the Alexander group is supposed to arrive, just based on average travel time.
Yeah, then we should probably definitely warn them about wandering Gith. If Dan
Narcisse,
would
do you have
be so
any
kind.
sending stones that go back to the capital? Anything that can say, hey, we've encountered Githyanki, just as a heads up?
Yes, absolutely. I'll use the same one I used to get in contact with the engineers. Just give me a moment, and she'll step away to send those messages. Just tap me if you need something. I want to make sure that the capital gets all the important information.
So, who's good at enhanced interview skills?
Or, I can certainly give a good go.
You don't want to just start with asking?
Well, you heard them. They're quite enthusiastic.
That also
They're,
means that they probably won't lie, though.
Probably means they won't talk.
I mean,
Older
They
brother,
probably-
so I mean...
they probably don't realize that I can speak their language, and they like to mutter under their breath.
Well, I could do the whole deception tactic, and then, from there, maybe we'll learn a thing or two with you speaking their language.
Assuming we do get the information out of her, what then? We can't exactly let her go.
Kill her afterwards, obviously. Not to be that person, but I mean,
we've been killing a lot of the others indiscriminately. I feel like it would be biased to not kill her.
everybody started it first, though. Can we be clear about that? Everybody else has come at us.
Looking
It's
over
true.
to Dame Narcisse, is there any bounty if we turn her into the local authorities?
Money.
She kind of like leans back from the sending stone. Well, you're already in basically the best standing you could possibly have with the royal house, but if you were to bring a Gith prisoner in, I'm sure there would be additional rewards, yes?
They'll put her in prison and be like, "Oh, she committed suicide just before her trial."
Yeah,
'Cause that's never
no
happened
problem
before.
at that point.
Well, actually, 8-9, I think you might be right. Let's bring her in. If we're gonna keep an eye on her and keep her locked up somewhere. As long as someone can make sure she doesn't try to make a joyride with it.
Let be mindful of who else we just put in prison, though. Like little Miss Usurper, Miss I'm gonna take the crown, is also in jail. And by the sounds of it, we'd be giving her a little gal pal.
Assuming they're together.
Yeah. But she did specify that the Emperor is the one that sent her on this mission. So they'd definitely be working for the same side, I assume they would.
My real concern is that Githyanki, especially this one, as we've seen, are tricky.
Yep.
And have a lot of tricks up their sleeves. So, if anything, I'm more concerned about them escaping before then.
Mm-hmm.
We're still not sure everything she's capable of. But
Well, let's see how this goes.
I suggest we bring her into the sub to interrogate her there.
Okay, cool. Yeah,
if
you
there's
totally do
I'm
that.
guessing there's not a brig on the sub.
No, I mean, there's definitely an interior, you could take her to. That totally works.
Yeah, but
We
those
just
bunk
check
beds are
everything.
probably real close quarters.
It just, we can't let her get free and either sabotage it from the inside or steal it.
Sure. Yeah, if you want to take her inside, you can take her inside.
Ooh.
Oh, it looks a lot nicer now.
This isn't like 1-to-1, but it gives an idea,
I like it a lot, though.
Yeah,
I guess
this would be like I mentioned, like, so when you come down out of like the when you come down that ladder and you move forward toward the front of the ship, there's like almost like the 2-level kind of area. This is like the top of that, and then you would go down the stairs from here to where some of those other like crystal slots were. Excuse me. Yeah, so if you want to bring her inside the interior, you are in it.
Let's do we have cuffs? You have to have cuffs, right? 8-9.
Weirdly, I don't have manacles in his inventory, but that makes sense. Could I deduct however much gold that would be?
Yeah, that's fine.
How
I
much
mean,
are
you
they?
already tied her up as well, so it's all good.
Oh, they're 2 GP. I could have had that at the start of the game.
Yeah, easy.
All right. Yep. He pulls out a pair of handcuffs and slaps them on her behind her back.
Cool. I'll just put a bigger image of her up again.
I'll there's like what do we got? Some water, a bucket of water from outside.
Sure.
Splash her on her.
Cool. And then it's, the typical like and she'll mutter under her breath, just like Githyanki swearing at you.
You had your chance. Could have surrendered. Now you're all tied up.
We do not surrender where I come from.
Well, what do you call this?
Temporary
Losing?
setback.
Okay, all right. Well, listen. So, sorry about your boyfriend upstairs. He didn't quite make your non-surrender plan work. But hey, you're currently alive, so silver linings. Would really love some information if you'd like to make this nice and easy for everyone involved.
I bet you would.
I would, yes.
Are you guys bringing in Dame Narcisse to pop a Zone of Truth, or are you going to kind of wait on something like that?
Oh, she has Zone of Truth?
She does.
Listen, I'm also from way out east. I know what it's like following an empire, expansion, murdering. I've been there. I get that. You're just following orders. So why don't you tell us what those orders were? And what was your, mission? How about this? What's your name?
I suppose there's no harm in you knowing that, at least. My name is Bora, and my brother, whom you've already slain, was Bark.
Well, to be fair, he did try to kill us, so,
Indeed.
Yeah, you nearly killed our friend over here.
It's the price we pay for combat. Sometimes people die. Ideally, someone always does. Just not the party you're in.
Well, listen, Bora. Obviously, it seems we're here for the same thing. Why don't you tell us what you know, and why you're here, and what the plan is?
Give me one reason why I should tell you anything more than my name.
I present my hammer.
Are you going to roll that as an intimidation?
I will. I don't have my new proficiency yet, so it's just going to be a +2.
Is that a barbarian thing, the higher intimidation?
Level 3, you get a proficiency from the initial things that you can get in barbarian, and I have not taken intimidation yet.
All right, well,
Is that a wild mage, or is
Sorry,
that,
that's not supposed to be. It's not supposed to be at a advantage. But if I was being assisted by Azov,
you can be. If how would Azov assist in this?
I think I'm kind of doing the good cop right now. So if we want to say collectively, we're going persuasion, intimidation.
Good cop, bad hammer. I gotcha.
Yeah, good cop, war crime, things like that.
Yeah. She looks at Bo, looks at the hammer, back and forth. Well, clearly, as you said, we're here for the same prize. Unfortunately, it seems we were beaten to it, considering this thing's already been stripped of whatever powers it.
Yep, it's broken. It's a real shame that we got here, and it's completely inoperable. Be really great.
Should have known that promise was too good to be true.
yeah, at this point we're just probably gonna junk it. Just sink it to the bottom. That way no one can even fix it.
Might as well. I don't even know how this would be efficient in any sort of wartime scenario. How many battles are fought in the sea anymore?
You'd be surprised.
On this continent.
But
So if it's not even that strategic of an advantage, why go after it?
I follow the orders I'm assigned, and I expect to be rewarded well should that assignment be carried out, which
And
really in this case it's not.
and these orders are directly from the Empire, yeah? Or are they from a different source?
In this case, they will be from the Emperor, yes. My brother and I were promised higher positions upon the completion of the mission.
So there's no real grand conspiracy here. It's just straight up what you'd expect the Empire to do.
I'm gonna insight
Well-
that Empire thing.
What exactly are you trying to incite?
It won't really matter, but just if it's actually from the Emperor or if there's a middleman type thing going
Oh.
on.
I mean, you're fairly certain it's from his chain of command, at the very least. Yeah. We were promised better positions upon the completion of the mission, and now that it seems like that's not going to happen, well, I don't know. Doesn't even seem like any of this was worth it.
Well, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Maybe a better position can still be in your future.
Not likely. I don't know if I even want it without my brother at my side. Between the two of us, maybe we could have been a comparison for some of the other generals, but as it is now, I don't feel all that mighty. Not with these around my wrist.
Well, listen, we're going into a conflict I'm sure you're well aware of. Right now, assuming you haven't informed your CEO that you've arrived here, correct? You didn't let them know you found it or anything like that?
What's to inform of? I found a junked whatever this is with no way of powering it, and then I was defeated by whoever you are.
We're still currently working on a name, but that's not important right now. The thing is that information is very valuable right now, especially with you guys being so sneaky and sending that little redhead firecracker.
Yeah, you see, the thing is, I don't really see the upside to keeping you alive, and so I think it would be in your best interest if you would, give us a reason.
If you keep me alive and let me go, I will tell you what I know.
Yeah, tell
about
us
this?
what you know, and then we'll consider keeping you alive.
How about this? We can keep that promise of yours. You and your brother, unfortunately, died on this mission. It's a very dangerous world. Things like that kind of stuff happen all the time. But in truth, you'll become an informant for our side. Go further west, tell everyone everything you know. Take you off the board. How does that sound? Or, I don't know, how long can you hold your breath?
Not as long as you, Fishman.
It's true.
How about this? I tell you what I know, you let me go, and you never have to worry about seeing me ever again.
See, I
Like you
like the
said,
first part.
I'll be dead to the world.
How about you tell us everything you know, and you have a brand new position as Githyanki diplomat / information source.
Do I look like a diplomat to you?
There's quotations around diplomat. I'm sorry, didn't come across quite well enough.
I've got one more piece of the bargain, and then maybe I'll be willing to let her go. You go back and you tell your people that this thing, that we took it back to the capital to get it all fixed up and working, even though we very well know that this thing is going straight to the bottom today.
Roll. I mean, that would be either a deception or a persuasion, right?
I am going
Probably
for
a
deception. My goal is that even if she betrays us, she's still giving the wrong information.
Right. Yeah, I gotcha.
I'm not suggesting we just let her go. I'm suggesting we imprison her and send her back to the capital.
Okay.
Because if we let her go, we'll fight her again, or she'll turn coat on us. So we're just not going to give her the option to.
Well, that's why I was trying to let her betray us and have her be giving false information. But whatever.
Narcisse will step in for a second. If you give information that we deem accurate, I can assure you, you will be taken to the capital alive. From there, I don't know what they will do with you, but at the very least, you'll have a little more life, and whether it's being served in prison or whether it's under some sort of house arrest or some sort of
work-study program.
Yes, something along those lines. A ward to somebody in the city. It's better than being dead. Better than being like your brother, sinking to the bottom of the water out there.
Having all the little fish chew out his eyes.
And Bora will take a moment, just kind of ponder it. Send me back to the capital alive, and I will tell you what I know.
Wonderful! Dane, would you give us a little Zoni doohickey?
Sure. She will cast Zone of Truth, and Bora will just submit to it. Doesn't do her any good to not. So she is.
I love
zoned
not
of
having
truth.
to break kneecaps. So much more civilized this way.
Less fun. Ask your questions.
What are you doing? And I mean you, but also your people.
We are trying to hedge our bets against a kingdom that seems to want to be building weapons in a time of peace.
But these were made ages ago. Not ages, but they were abandoned with the death of the last king. You're
You
hedging your
spoke of
bets now?
You spoke of conspiracies earlier. The kingdom you hail from was making these weapons in secret. What are we supposed to do when we hear about this?
Oh, what? You guys don't have weapons? Come on. Come
You don't
on.
have weapons?
We have nothing again, whatever this is.
What's your rank again?
My rank? I don't actually know military ranks, but she's
But
two
the answer
below.
is
She's
too low on the totem to know shit.
I am one of the finest fighters of my garrison, I'll have you know.
Maybe you could be
Oof.
the finest fighter in the whole world. That doesn't mean that you're going to be privy to everything in your kingdom.
I was supposed to be made into a lieutenant, just like the others who get to stand by the Emperor's side. Clearly, it's not happening now.
I think you're... Never mind. Never mind. You can hold on to that, I guess.
How did you find out about these weapons, as you call them?
I was assigned a site to investigate with a set of coordinates, along with my brother.
But you don't
Now,
know.
we didn't know that they were weapons. We were just given a name, a Bismarck, a wave diver, whatever that means. Apparently, it means whatever this thing is.
How many other teams were sent out?
It is my understanding that there were 3 sets of coordinates, so 2 other teams.
Of
The
two.
lieutenants took squads to the other. This one was deemed less critical, so only myself and my brother were assigned.
Man, you land-centric motherfuckers.
Told you so.
Narcisse is gonna kind of lean in a little bit and just say, if I'm being honest, I wouldn't put it past the Emperor to let one group fail in their mission to give the other side a false sense of security. If he sent stronger forces to the other sites, maybe he was willing to lose the one he deemed less important.
Expendable, even.
Something like that.
Oh, that sucks. That's gotta suck so bad, right? Bora.
It doesn't matter now, does it? Now that the mission's over. Anyways, his lieutenants were sent to the other ones. I'm sure you've heard of them. Saruth and Rook. And those are individuals that you also saw back at the coronation, actually. If I go to I'll go to the page real quick. If I take you back to this big page with all these people on it. Back at the coronation, if you look on the bottom left, you have the Emperor, and then he does have these two, like, basically top lieutenants who are with him, who are, like, they're probably on your board, Sid, somewhere, but they are, like...
I'm looking.
Yeah, but people, like, know their names. There's a Goliath named Saruth the Cold, and then there's this hobgoblin, Rook Burns, the Flaming Sword, or whatever I called him. Whatever fire-based name I gave him.
Where did these bitches go? And,
So those two were apparently sent to the other sites.
I can find Ranji Puff Pipe. That's all that matters.
And those guys are generals, lieutenants?
They are, yeah, they're his like left and right hand, basically.
Pretty important people.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy, you really drew the short straw.
There he is.
Bora.
No, it's Dora now.
Bora the Exdora.
So she's not doing anything presently.
Yeah. So yeah, those two were apparently sent to the other sites.
Were you all sent at the same time?
We all left at the same time. My brother and I had the shortest trip to our destination.
Do you have a ship near here?
No, we took one of the normal trade ships sailing this route. Just paid for a passage overnight.
Smart.
We were part of the Emperor's procession back in the capital during the coronation. Whatever mess that was.
Well, seems maybe you guys have something to do with that? Any thoughts on that?
Any thoughts on a snotty young kid abandoning his throne?
While someone with your information rolls up to town, trying to do a coup?
Yeah, it seems pretty fishy to me.
I don't know who you speak of. I was just given this assignment.
Type that. I'm gonna try. I have a -1 though.
She's
We're
in the
still
zone of truth.
Oh, that's right. I forgot
Yeah.
about that. I still don't believe her.
Yeah, that's fine. But
It
yeah,
makes
she's
sense that they send Team Expendable not with the most informed people.
yeah, this but yeah, what the long and short of it seems to be like, yeah, she and her brother were sent on the expendable one because yeah, maybe if one of these gets lost, then maybe that does make the other side feel a little more, secure. But yeah.
Then we're openly admitting that we're not always privy to all of the information that is being circulated.
It's so much worse than that. They got sent on the short end of the mission.
Yeah, but she's like, oh, we don't have any weapons. So we're acknowledging that we don't always have all of the information. We are. Okay.
I'm not sure what you're getting at. I was assigned orders and I followed them.
She's saying you're not important enough.
Also
Oh,
saying
well.
that you may not be aware of any weapon stuff on your side of the table. But here we are.
Fair point. That's me saying that, not her.
Mm.
But that's a fair point, yeah.
What was your plan once you got here?
Well, we didn't know what we were coming for. I'm assuming if you're here, neither did you. We assumed
Okay.
Bismarck was some individual. Apparently, it's this project.
Oh, we knew all right. We've been 2 steps ahead of you the whole time.
We are not in the zone of truth.
Should we all roll for the zone of truth to see
We
who's
might
in it?
have to.
You all can if you want to.
What is it?
What is
Is
it, wisdom?
charisma?
I don't remember.
Dexterity?
Jump out of
Roll
the zone.
out of it.
Step out.
It is charisma. It is charisma.
Fuck!
Ha, 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 ha.
A save?
And
Yeah,
that's why
14.
8-9's not
Oh,
talking.
it's flat.
14 charisma.
Truth. Never heard of her.
21.
8-9
all
is
I've-
quiet.
All I've done is
Ah.
rub it in her face that she doesn't know shit, so...
I'm fucking lying my ass off during the whole thing.
I am the world's greatest lover. Check it.
I'm in the zone of
Azov's,
truth.
Azov's gonna just turn in the middle of truth just to Henry, like, so about you being rich.
No!
Oh, is she doing that?
Insane.
Oh man. Yeah. So okay. So you got a lot out of Boris so far here. If there's anything else you want to ask, go for it. While she is zoned.
So all you know is to go and investigate. How are you going to report back? You have some ravens, pigeons, sending stones?
Well, we were going to bring back whatever it is we found, not suspecting it was something that had to be driven, that apparently has no means of being powered up. Not from what we could tell.
It certainly ain't gonna have any powers of being moved after the wrecking ball that I'm gonna be today.
Oh yeah, Bo can lie. he's in the zone of truth.
Oh,
I
don't.
suppose
You
not.
know it's too powerful. It could destroy this whole part of the land.
You know me, I'm freaking wild. I'm willing to risk it.
He'll do it. I've seen it.
You'll never see this thing again. I promise you that.
I
They're gonna have
suspect
to.
not.
They're gonna have to start from day one to rebuild this thing.
I just realized you're saying all this, but the best way to get her back to the capital safely would be to just send her back in this ship, in this submarine.
Be conscious. She doesn't have to know.
That's true. Right. Well, if that's it, I'd prefer to just be left alone now until I face whatever sentence your king has for me.
Give us. I'm sure you'd like to be left alone, but give us one more bit of info. Something juicy that we could use. Doesn't have to do anything with the ship. Just give us something else about the Empire. Give us a good little tidbit. Otherwise, crushing your legs. And that ain't an empty thread, because we're in a zone of truth right now.
Can you be more specific? I don't know what it is you want, and I would like to keep my legs.
Yeah, I'm sure you would. I don't even know what it is. Just give me something that I feel like, yeah, that's a value. Something, some good Empire shit.
What about the lieutenants?
Just like a little cherry on top. I don't even care what the information is. I just want something that seems good.
The
lieutenants.
cold lady and the fire guy. What about them?
Well, they're both extremely powerful. They're Ganrek's top people.
If you had to rate them on a scale of 1 to 20, how powerful would they be?
What is one piece of information from the Empire that they wouldn't want us to know?
You first. She's talking to Azov. That's a very specific scale. Where are you all on that scale?
10, 15 at least. Maybe even higher. Probably 30.
You're 30 out of 20?
Zone of truth?
If you're a 30 out of 20, then I suppose that would make them a 40?
Oh my god. That's cheating.
You made the scale.
Guys, she doesn't believe in us.
I think it's more so she just knows how powerful the lieutenants are.
No, she's very specifically like, you guys are lame. They're 40.
All right,
They're
like I said,
infinity.
They're infinity better than you.
give me one
30.
Give me one juicy thing, one thing that the Empire wouldn't want us to know, and I'll let you go and leave you alone from here.
Can you just please be more specific? I don't know what you're looking for.
I'm not looking for anything, that's my point. Tell me something that is frickin' that the Empire wouldn't want us to know. Like, I don't know, maybe your roads suck, maybe your people are starving, maybe there's just something that's embarrassing, maybe it turns out that your leader actually does poop.
Any food allergies?
Well, I'm certain the Emperor does defecate because he does eat, but I don't think that's what you're looking for.
No, I'm looking for. Give me something like, a local winner that we wouldn't know. Like, oh, this is actually doesn't make the Empire look very good.
Fine. You spoke of roads and of hunger. I know there are lots of people in Eswan Manora who would prefer for that province to go back to being an independent nation rather than a fiefdom of Majora.
Alrighty then.
I'll go back to the big map real quick for elaborating on that if I need to. So yeah, the eastern one here is technically made up of like 2 kingdoms. And the emperor gets to rule both. S1 Minora here is like the smaller of the 2, obviously given the name, and it is like almost like a puppet state to him. But yeah, there's a lot of people who don't like that that's the case.
Can I roll history to tell? Is that something that everybody knows anyway, or is this some hot goss?
Sure.
Oh, so close to that 20.
I know.
Hmm.
Honestly, with that, it's like this is like something people would learn in the equivalent of like, I don't know, whatever the high school equivalent is here. Like, it's not like everybody in the world knows it, but like most people probably know that if they take a moment to think about it. Like, well, yeah, that just makes sense. Who would want to be in one country serving another like that?
Yeah, no, no deal. I'm not letting you leave here without a broken kneecap unless you give me something that people wouldn't actually know.
Fine. Saruth the Cold is never seen without her great wolf, and I'm sure if you were to attack that great wolf, you would set her off in a way that is tough to deal with, shall we say. She cares more about that wolf than other people.
That's good to know. Must be her emotional therapy animal.
You could say that. They say they've been together since both were pups. Or whatever you call a young Goliath. Regular-sized people.
Alrighty, I guess it's good enough.
I appreciate keeping the use of my kneecaps. I would ask if I'm free to go, but I know the answer to that, so I suppose I'll just wait until you ship me off to your city.
I mean, you can go. You will be going underwater, though. So,
I suppose I'll just wait right here.
unless you've grown gills in the last 5 minutes, I wouldn't ask again.
No gills.
Great. I love when a plan comes together.
Narcisse will volunteer to keep watch over her if you guys have business back in town. But otherwise, yeah, it's about midday, and you're expecting the engineers tomorrow morning.
And when is she getting shipped off?
You guys haven't quite discussed that. I mean, the realistic thing would be once the engineers come and patch the ship up, then they could take her back.
I thought we were taking the ship with us.
I mean, you're not keeping it. You could, speaking, we haven't gotten to this point narratively yet, but like logistically, you got like, once it is ready to go, they would definitely be okay with like taking you guys downriver in it to getting you where you wanted to go. But Narcisse would want to take the vehicle itself back to the capital.
And I suppose we don't have much of a choice in the matter. The government is the one who ultimately decides.
We also can't take it up a mountain, so.
Yeah,
Says
this
you.
What's that? What's the Werner Herzog movie where they actually did that? Where they dragged the boat up a mountain? I'm trying to remember what that is.
Over.
Yeah.
They did that in the Vikings as well.
Yeah. Anyway, we can we can RP that more later, that discussion, but that's kind of the deal. Like, you could definitely be taken to where you want to go, but ultimately this would go back to the capital because it is like, the mission from the crown was to find it, so it will need to go back to them.
So we're not developing a rogue nation to be started on this here ship? No? We're not? No? Okay.
Not yet.
Not yet. Once we leave this thing, we're never seeing it again, right? We're gonna commandeer it, we'll never get to use it. But we have these cool crystals to use things in it.
Well, you are here now.
I mean, we should probably try and figure it out. I mean, what if we find the flying one once we're up the mountain?
We gotta find somebody who knows the flying spell, and then this becomes the flying one.
We'd make it all infinitely better.
Ooh, listen.
You know, based on the rules I've set in place, you're not wrong.
The flying ship isn't airtight. 8, 9. Then which one's the better one? This one.
Boom. So the truth.
Man, I love that you guys don't really have an idea what the land one is yet, but no, I know what it is, and making that one fly is hilarious.
Is it a spider?
It is spider-like, yes. It is very fun. I just imagine it going like you know when you're waiting to ride a roller coaster and you just kick your legs for fun, just
Kick your feeties. Just la, la,
going
la.
through the air. Oh man.
Well, Dame, do you have things under control here? If we go back into town and
That's
we
fine.
can relieve you later.
I would appreciate that. In the meantime, I'm happy to take this first shift and I don't know. Just
Think I still got
relax.
a mental connection with
happened.
her for like a couple hours, so long as we stay within a mile.
Yeah, and you would still be within the mile in town.
Hey,
If you
maybe
go to
this time, if something
Druids,
bad is
it'll break,
happening,
but
you
yeah.
should let me know.
Well, the last time was a bit of a surprise, but
I didn't hear
won't
you.
do
I'm
that
walking
here.
away. I heard him walk away.
She's mentally like, you can absolutely
No,
still
I
hear me. What are you
Can't hear
talking about?"
you.
Scene.
All right, so there's a couple things that are going to happen in town, right? I know Bo wants to get hand axes. I think Bo and Azal wanted to. Azal was going to like train with Bo a little bit on.
Whenever we have some downtime.
Yeah, I mean, I would say you have it now. You basically have until the next morning to kind of kill, so to speak. So whatever. I know there are a couple people at a couple things, and then we can fast forward at a point, but I don't want to move past any RP that people wanted to do.
Bo, did you want to train?
Yeah. Yeah, you mentioned helping me harness my wild magic, and if this is a good time, we got some downtime waiting for the engineers, then sure, yeah. Love to get a little session in. Do you have any ideas?
Well, let me nap first. And then we spar.
Alrighty, sounds good.
All right. So, like, 1 hour later, time card appears, and then we're back at the same spot we were a second ago. It's like, all right, Bo, let us train.
You just hit the wait option in like Skyrim when you
Pretty
just
much.
stand in one place for an hour.
Alrighty. Well, what exactly do you think I should do? Should I twist some fate and then cast a spell?
So just like, when does things happen? You cast a spell, or
Well, sometimes it kind of happens and I wasn't even trying for it, but then there's other times where it certainly is more likely to happen when I feel like I can kind of control the chaos, but just for a brief instant. And I can sometimes shift fate into my favor. But then when I do that, then the wild magic definitely surges, shortly after that. So I gotta be careful when I twist fate if I want to use spells afterwards.
Well, let's practice. Let's practice on the beach where there's not anyone that could blow up. And I'm going to stand about 30 feet away from you. Like, I have the most confidence in you. Way over here.
I can feel your confidence.
Are 8, 9, and Henry hanging out for this, or are they, like,
Absolutely watching.
Yeah.
all right. Now, Bo, when focusing your wild magic, think useful thing. See if that helps.
All right. I'm going to twist fate to try to roll a persuasion on myself to hype myself up.
Okay.
So this will be
height speech.
this will be at advantage to get to hype myself up.
Oh, buddy. Oh, buddy.
You know what? That's fine. That's fine. it was enough to have me twist fate. All right, and so now I'm going to cast comprehend languages,
Okay.
and with that, I need to roll on the wild magic table, the D100. $35. Roll a D10. Your age changes by a number of years equal to the roll. The roll is odd, you get younger, minimum 1 year old. If the roll is even, you get older.
Good thing you already age a little differently, huh?
Yeah. I gotta go in my notes to see how old he is. Shoot.
Young
Okay.
20s, right?
In human years, he's the equivalent of like 18 to 22, somewhere in there, but he's actually like 32, I think.
Okay.
So I think no matter what, he'll be okay. He's not going to be drastically different. Whew, here it goes.
Right.
He gets 5 years younger. Oh, all right. Actually, I got a little less back pain. I'm actually feeling kind of good. I
So
just
it healed
feel...
you.
Oh, my skin, it feels smooth.
Wait, what the fuck just happened? Did you see what happened? I don't know what happened.
It's hard to tell.
Have you seen those like TikTok videos where people do like they like contort their face and then snap it back and how it actually looks? Like I
Yeah.
imagine like something like that kind of happened with Bo, where some facial feature just snap changed on his face real quick.
I have his age in here somewhere.
Are we going off of what lifespan are you going off of?
I think his lifespan
Dwarf or satyr?
in the middle, so I think it's more like the length of a halfling, so he lives to be about 200 under normal circumstances, so he ages a bit slower than most people. Oh gosh, I don't think... Did I not write his age down? Crap. Bio. Is it in bio? Aha! His age is 29, so now he's 24.
Okay.
So I think before he was like college-aged looking. Now he looks like high school senior.
Ain't I just gonna pipe up?
Look at him. Look.
I don't think anybody's gonna serve you at a bar anymore.
Oh no! Well, that's okay. I don't really do much of the alcohol anyway. But I hope it doesn't. I hope it doesn't affect me getting my special weed.
I think your beard got a little bit less patchy. How are your knees? Are they doing better?
Oh my god, I'm actually feeling pretty great. This might be part of his level up of he just is like that much more.
Yeah.
Okay, well, nothing bad happened, it seems, so...
No, I mean, I was already feeling pretty good, but now I'm feeling fantastic.
If you did that a lot, you could live for a long time.
I don't know what just happened, but I guess my youth has been restored slightly.
You have slightly less bags under your eyes.
Okay,
It's
okay.
like you cast a moisturize spell.
But now, see, here's the thing. Now I can't really... I mean, there's maybe a 5% chance that if I were to cast another spell for the day, that my wild magic would act up again. But, given the situation, it seems pretty unlikely. That's the thing. I can't really train with it that much, because it usually only happens once a day at the most. Maybe I could make it happen too, but it's quite unlikely. I could try, though.
Bo, I would say you've done it once so far today, and no one blew up. So in my mind, that's already a big success.
Cool.
And we'll keep doing it a little bit better here and there, and keep focusing. Maybe you'll make gold appear.
Maybe. I tell
That's one
you,
of them.
my magic has never changed me, and then it feels kind of permanent, you know? I wonder, my whole way of my connection to the magic feels different already, I gotta say.
It seems like my tutelage is already having great effects on your journey.
Yeah, I don't know if it's just the confidence or what, or if it's just feeling a little more vitality, something. I'm feeling really good. Tony, would this be an okay time for him to try connecting the wild magic to his rage for the first time?
I mean, we can do it here. I wasn't gonna like mechanically do the level ups until after your long rests, but like we're in the moment, so let's go for it. You know?
Okay. He's gonna try to channel his magic a bit more. First, he's gonna try to cast another spell, and I'll just roll a d20 to see if it lands on a 1. No. Okay, so he casts another spell to disguise himself to look the way he did a couple minutes ago. And then he's that doesn't seem to do anything, but he's gonna try for the first time to connect it. He's gonna really try, rather than rage just being panic, he's really gonna see it as like a kind of trance where he can access his wild surge. And he's gonna be, alright, stay back everybody! And he's gonna go for it. And so, let's see. Magic Barbarian. I'm gonna roll a d8 and see what happens. 3! As he starts getting into his thing, a little pixie appears. I'm gonna say, since it's the first time and since it's during training, you're further than 30 feet, right?
I am 30 feet away from you.
You're exactly 30 feet away from me?
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna see a little pixie kind of just materialize out of nowhere and start to kind of spin around you. And it looks whimsical at first. But then, within a few seconds, it explodes right in your face. And, let's see. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw, please.
I'm not going to pass this.
I'm gonna find an image for this, by the way.
Yep.
Okay. My save is higher than that. So you're gonna take 1d6 force damage. Just a little one. Oh, sorry.
But why? Why would you betray
You were
me?
the only thing that was. I just felt the urge. I just could feel something materializing, but it had to materialize around a person who was like nearby me, and you were the nearest one. I'm sorry.
It was so nice. I thought it was gonna like heal me or give me a little smooch or something, and it did the exact opposite.
It just exploded. And I feel like I could make more, but given what it did, I think I'm gonna tone it down. But this is amazing. This is the first time I feel like I got more control over it. I mean, like, I wasn't expecting a little fairy to appear, but well, if you'll indulge me just once more, he's just gonna conjure another one near you real quick.
No.
So what? Here you go. Here's an image of what shows up. It's this little pixie with just like a little skull on it, like that, and it's just buzzing around. Did I put it on the right layer? Yeah, I did. Okay. So it's just it's just gonna, like you said, buzz around him, and just, hey buddy, hey, let's go, and then kamikaze into him basically.
It's okay, it's off. We're sparring. It's okay to take a little damage. Can you roll another dexterity saving throw?
Bring it on, big guy. Let's go. Come on.
Son of a bitch.
Oh, that was almost a 20.
Alrighty. I'll stop from there. But what's important? Thank you, Azoth. What's important is that I thought that I could summon more, and I could. This is the most control I ever had over my wild magic. You've been absolutely amazing, Azov. Thank you. And he's gonna let his rage go down.
This is the most control you've had over it. We still have a ways to go.
Well, yeah, I suppose so. I guess in order to keep you safe, I guess my best training it'll be in the heat of battle itself.
Fingers crossed it's not me.
Yeah.
Any thoughts
Well,
from the peanut gallery back there?
What the was that?
I enjoyed it.
pixies. I can summon pixies, I think.
Why?
I don't know. It's my wild magic. I have no idea if that's what's gonna happen again next time I try to do it.
Yeah, I'd be interested to see if they target Azov again too.
I could start up another rage if you want. I could see.
No, you can
I think we should
Wait,
absolutely
are we-
test this.
testing if it goes after Azov. Oh yeah, no, keep it over there, but do it again. Yeah.
Alrighty, doing one more rage, and he's gonna go into another rage. The
I'm
thing
in
is,
the water.
a one.
How far back is everybody? Because aren't some of these like you're all gonna have to roll a save?
I'm pretty sure we're like 60 to 90 feet away. Like we went back to the beach, right? I
feel-
imagine
right.
8-9 is like sitting on a
It's
dune.
like- Yeah, like we
Okay.
posted up being like, this guy could like probably drop a fireball on our face. Let's go
Yeah,
over
'cause-
there.
There's a couple of them where it's like everybody within 30 feet of Bo has to roll, like no matter who you are.
No, I'm over there.
Yeah, so this one, luckily no one is within 30 feet because they'd be taking a d12 of necrotic damage.
Oh my god.
And I'm gonna get 1d12 temporary hit points.
Wow.
Nice!
Can you give us a
I'm
little
keeping that temporary hit points for the rest of the day.
Can you
Give
give us a
those to
little
me, you
flavor of
asshole.
like what happens in the space?
What was that?
Yeah, does like a specter of death appear above you? Like what happened?
It says each creature of your choice that you can see within 30 feet of you must succeed a Constitution saving throw or take 1d12 necrotic damage. You also gain 1d12 temporary hit points.
What's your flavor for it though? What's the
I just get a sense that it's I don't know, it's just like a radiance of decay goes out, like all of the grass all around just kind of withers, and so there's just like a whole area of just death around him, but he's like absorbed the life force even just from like the grass nearby and stuff, the little like bits that are sticking up out of the sand near the beach and things like that.
I can see, I could see like like a wave going out and then comes back in. Like it goes out, grabs the life, brings it back to you. You know.
Maybe it's like a mini spirit bomb where he's like, "Give me your energy." I can't really explain what just happened, but I feel freaking fantastic between everything that's happened today.
Rich, remember when I said like if you happen to roll on the table and like summon the Modron, I'm gonna make it the same Modron every time.
Mm-hmm.
So it's definitely gonna be the same pixie showing up every time.
Hey,
The
The
same
guy with
pixie
the-
every time.
Same guy
And he's
every time.
like, fuck this guy in particular.
And every time he shows up, he's just Just
I was about
ready
to say.
into anybody. Yeah.
The pixie's gonna be super stoked for it every time. The Modron's gonna be like, "Oh no, not again."
Yeah,
Here we go.
Because the Modron isn't a rage thing; that's a sorcerer thing.
I
He just
got
shows
pulled
up.
out of line.
Yeah, the
he's
Modron
like
thing is
an
going to be
accountant.
so rare. I don't know
It's
if it'll
so
ever
rare,
happen this
but-
campaign.
But if it
I
does,
don't know.
it's the same like accountant who keeps being pulled.
What
in.
are the odds of someone rolling a D100?
All right, well,
Me, of all people, by the way.
You did.
Bo has
calculate it,
used
Richard.
up-
I don't remember where it was, but
yeah, Bo has used up all his rages. Actually, wait, no, he has one more because he's a level 3 now. He's gonna go for one more. Yeah, that's the same thing. Yeah, whatever. Alrighty then. Well, I think I'm all tapped out. I'm
Time
feeling
to buy some
fucking
handouts.
fantastic. I want to go party all night. But yeah, thank you, Azov, and everybody back there. I feel like I can channel my energy so much better now. And I'm feeling so confident for our next battle for sure.
Great. 8-9, you're training with him next time.
I'm good.
The fairy's still gonna the pixies still show up and still go over to Azov even on the sideline.
So Bo has used all his rages, all his spell slots. The only thing I think he hasn't used right now is his little invisibility trick. Other than that, he is tapped out for the day.
All right, well, it's time for the random troll to attack the town now. So
Great. Yeah.
oh man. All right. So Bo, you got to buy hand axes. What else is on the agenda for today for the party?
Be any nuisance while we are waiting on I want to say between first and second pixie, the first explosion or first pixie attack happens and it's ah! And then I want to bother 8-9 very very deliberately if I can. Not bother, more so, but I think after first pixie and it looks like it's gonna happen again, Henry's lit up one of her cigarettes and she's just hey, can I ask you a question? If it's super insensitive or something, you can just tell me to fuck off and we can forget about it.
Okay.
Did you or did you not just randomly appear in an orphanage? And is the name 8-9 actually did you just kill 89 people in a go? So I'm curious.
I did not kill 89 people.
Insight.
Try it.
88.
It's more.
Okay. Sure.
He didn't kill 89 people.
You should tell people that you did, though. Just saying.
No, that's the number they gave me at the orphanage, and I didn't come in with a name, so I'm just kind of stuck.
But did you just appear there one day?
I mean, that's what people say.
Well, I know that's what people say. That's why I'm asking. You're doing great! So good! Yeah.
I mean,
I don't know. Artem, I think I don't know. It depends on what you want to share and what not. You I think if I remember correctly, you just fell out of a portal as a baby or something.
I think that's what he's been told. That's the one rumor that I gave you that I said even 8-9 doesn't know if it's true. I mean,
that's what people say.
Yeah, that's what they told me, but I mean, that seems pretty far-fetched, honestly. More likely, I just got dropped off and no one saw.
The whole 89 killing people thing, I might just tell people I fell out of a portal just for funsies.
I mean, not really looking to be a celebrity or anything.
I don't know, come on. You weren't unknown in town.
I mean, neither were you. Does that mean you want people staring at you?
No. I would love to not go back, to be honest. But we're kind of working for the government, so I don't know if that would be a bigger problem than everything else.
Well, if we're asking about things of our past, is there something else that's a problem for you going back?
Aside from the matron?
Well, I mean, does she think she owns you, literally?
Oh, no, she does. My mom sold me to a grifter, and the grifter sold me to her. So...
But that's...
Technically speaking...
I don't know, is people ownership legal in this world?
That's a good question.
Not something I've thought about or wanted to think about. I mean, I guess it's probably more verbal agreement than anything else, but it's certainly the thing Henry believes, that she is under that commitment.
I mean, let me put it to you this way. you didn't sell yourself. And I think that kind of makes whatever happened null and void.
I'll let her know that. Not being shitty. I mean, I agree. But, I mean... She... has a way of fucking with me sometimes. I don't know.
Not to be cold, but I mean, like, if your parents gave you up, I mean, what she got holding over you?
Is it sad that the answer is nothing? That I'm just there? Despite there being nothing?
All I mean is that she has less over you than you think she does.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. Either way, I mean, if I ever came to blows against her, I actually have a fighting chance now. Not that that's gonna matter.
Well, and I'm sure they would help and I would help.
I might ask if they would.
There is a whole
Alrighty.
other rival gang ready to go up against her too.
Is this what having friends is like? I could just ask people to take care of like a whole crime syndicate just for no reason? This is great.
I mean, we've already killed people together, so I mean...
We have. What's one more, right?
Yep.
Hey, you guys done over there? Everything good?
Stop it!
Actually, I did want to mention something. And I haven't thought about it, and I didn't really put it together, but the whole portal thing. A couple of nights ago, when we were on the ship, I think I had a dream about somebody appearing in a portal near me.
Had you been drinking, smoking, anything from Bo? I'm asking because, like, people get, like, a contact high. I don't know how that shit works.
The eye roll from 8-9 on that is hilarious.
No. I mean, it seemed so strange, and I went back to sleep, and maybe it was just a dream, but it felt really weird. So I don't know, maybe I did come from a portal.
Didn't the druids talk about a portal to see Triskert or something to that effect?
So yeah, you've learned a couple things about portals at this point. You've learned that for not for mortals or for people incapable of just magicking portals into existence, they tend to open under moments of extreme emotional duress or something, and they'll often hang open until that emotion is resolved. And so as far as Triskert, Bo was basically encouraged to go to a place where he could sort of invoke that emotion again in the efforts to open up a portal.
But I'll mention that because I don't think Artem. I don't know if they were talking about that.
Do we all know about that?
Depends on if Bo would have shared that with the group. I know there was some talk at least amongst the players. Well, I mean, there was definitely at least talk amongst the players of you guys heading kind of in that direction.
Yeah.
I don't know how much has been discussed in game.
Yeah, I don't know if Bo has openly talked about it with people at this point. But it's we just happen to be converging on there anyway.
I don't know shit about portals, bro.
Well, then we'll save another conversation for whenever that happens.
No, we will.
I mean, if it's getting in the way of you two having a conversation, I'm happy.
No, you're good.
No.
Talk about it.
If anything, it's more of a conversation for everyone to have with 8-9 and Bo at that point.
Uh-huh.
Because it gives me a reason to finally use the portal awareness feature.
Azov knows of a portal, but I doubt it's the one you're looking for.
Oh.
Is
it underwater?
There might be some stray portals still happening out there in the world, yeah.
Is it that one in New York that links to Ireland?
Yeah,
That's the
that
one.
one.
The portal, yeah. Basically, Artem, somebody set up a giant like circular, like always on video conference at a spot in New York, and then at a plaza in Dublin,
That's awesome.
so people can like walk by and like
That's pretty cool.
And it took
Yeah.
not long for people in Dublin to start like showing pictures of the Twin Towers to people.
Yeah,
in
9/11 means.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
that.
immediate,
Yeah.
yeah.
Uh-huh. I think we showed pictures of potatoes. I don't know. It was it was a great
yes.
back and forth.
That is what happened. I saw that clip too. People are holding up like pictures of potatoes on their phones.
Jesus.
You're like,
We do want a potato. And they're like Twin Towers, and we're like potato.
Well, so many of you died.
That reminds me of there's one that I saw was hilarious. It was when Europeans write it as 11-9, and it was two planes upright on their noses and then a building flying forward.
I've seen that.
Oh man. All right. So, anyways,
Let's
okay, cool. So, Bo, you're gonna go buy some hand axes, and then at some point when someone goes to relieve Narcisse from her shift, Azov is going to not necessarily take over the shift, but head in that direction to speak with her. Is that correct?
I was thinking later in the evening.
Yeah, cool. All right, so let's go buy some hand axes. Bo, you go to the shop in town. There's not like a specific weapon shop, but there's definitely a place where you can buy stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah,
I don't know if we ever actually sold what we looted off of the people, but I know that's kind of like part of our gold stash is all of those like tridents and stuff. But I imagine Bo was just heading in there being like, I'd like to trade in these for a couple of those.
Sure. And when you come in there, there's someone else also in the shop currently pawning some things off. So you all, first of all, is everybody going together or just Bo going to do this?
Think about going to prop up a bar somewhere.
I hit you up a little bit there, Azov. If you want me to buy you something in return, I'm happy to do it.
Wouldn't say no.
If I can find a health potion, I'd happy to spot you.
He's got like a very small like black eye forming, like just a little bruise
Oh.
just under his eye.
It was one damage, but it was in the face, which we said nothing in the face. That's the number one rule.
I couldn't control it. I'll try to control it better.
Yes, I will take stuff.
So Henry, you are not there. You have gone to the tavern instead.
Tavern or something.
Okay. And is 8-9 present, or is it just Bo and Azov going into the shop?
I mean, wherever he's needed, he'll go. He's just kind of loitering at this point.
Okay. I'm just making sure I set the scene properly. Well, for those that do go to the shop, when you go in, there is a familiar face inside, also doing a transaction. And so when you walk in, you'll just hear "Oh, it's you!"
I
lot
knew it.
again."
I freaking knew it.
Damn.
Before you put it up there, I was like, I bet you it's Asterion. I bet you it's
Yeah.
Asterion.
And he's in there, seemingly actually pawning off his own weapons.
He's our new the guy that used to deliver the mail. Like
Yeah.
in Centra. Just the staring is just like, oh my god.
It's only Sid and I were talking about this. I was like, Sid, how much of you being upset by him is just the voice? And you were like, listen, if someone came up to me with that voice in real life.
I would expect they were trying to do a crime. Yes.
So he's actually in there seemingly pawning off his weapons and just, oh, it's you lot. Oh, and Henry's, well, it's only most of you lot. Well, when you see our dear friend Henry, do wish her my best for all this going on with bosses and underbosses and underworlds and whatnot. I'm getting out of this myself, as you all well know by this point. Weapons have been pawned off. I think I'm going to find myself a place to just settle down, maybe focus on, pleasure instead of pain at some points. But I think it's time to move on from all that, and from this town too. I feel as if I've seen all there is to see. No offense, shopkeep. Anyways, what brings all of you in here today?
Hand axes.
Oh, hand axes, how lovely. I don't throw them myself, but I know they can be very useful for range. I imagine one such as you could use a little more of that. No offense.
I feel like some should be taken. But range will definitely be good. And also, if I ever just want to be dual wielding some hand axes, just to switch it up a little bit.
I liked to use a rapier in one hand and a dagger in another, so I completely understand. I wish you the best of luck in that endeavor. As I said, do give Henry and the rest of your adventuring party my love. Perhaps we'll encounter each other again in the future, but who knows what fate may bring us. By the way,
yes,
you've done something to your hair or your horns or something. It's working. Keep that up.
Yeah, my horns grew a little bit before, but now they've kind of grown a little bit back. I think my horns are right where they started.
I think so, yeah.
Looking for.
Well, whatever you're doing, it seems to have sort of lessened the wrinkles, so to speak. So keep it up. It's a good routine.
I was a wrinkly old 22-looking-year-old. Now I'm a fresh 18-year-old looking guy.
Right, well, best with all that, I shall be taking the gold from my pawned weapons, and I bid you all adieu.
Wait, Alurian,
Yes.
tell me straight. Is Henry rich?
Is Henry rich? Why would
Yeah,
I know the answer to that?
I don't know. You guys talk a lot.
I feel I do most of the talking, and she kind of just ignores what I'm trying to give as far as helpful advice given the situation.
She does the same to me. Don't
I
feel bad.
see. Well, I have to say I don't know too much about her being rich, although considering she still works for that matron woman, perhaps not rich enough to leave that life behind, so to speak, would be my guess.
Well, good to know.
Maybe
Maybe we'll see you around on the road.
Maybe. I'll be headed east or south or anywhere that isn't west, really, which gives me 3 principal directions. I won't go north. It's already too cold here. 2 principal directions. All right, I bid you adieu.
And then he just goes and hides behind a barrel and waits for us to walk away.
He gets in the barrel. The barrel is slowly following you. Oh, man. All right. Cool. So you've done that, and Bo's got his hand axes. Yay.
Yeah, and is there one little regular healing potion?
The shop keeps yeah. Oh, I've definitely got that for you. Absolutely.
How much will be for that and the 2 hand axes?
Hand axes are 5 gold apiece. I think that's what I gave you. And then let me check on the price for a potion for you, because I don't know off the top of my head.
I think it's 50 normally.
Yeah, something like that. Here we go. Also, I feel like I sent you guys a Google sheet once for inventory that was not very useful, but this PDF I'm looking at now was the one I wanted to send you guys that time. That actually has everything listed. Let's see here. I do think it's around potion shop. Yeah, common potion is 50 gold, so it'd be 50 gold.
Listen, the 50 gold is stretching me back quite a bit. Can I get 1 hand axe for free? Just 5 gold off the whole package.
Let's call it a 2-for-1 deal.
Alrighty, sounds good.
I'm hoping business gets better around here anyway.
We did lead an expedition against a bunch of ruthless Sahwagan earlier today, so,
Yes, you've brought much more security to the town, and we're grateful for it.
Well, thank you very much. Hey, Azoff, it's the least I can do, and he hands him the health potion.
I appreciate that.
Don't drink it all in one place,
That is kind of how it works.
But listen, just imagine sipping at a health potion over time. It's 1 hit point, and that's it.
Yeah. Ding, ding. Weird, yeah. Alrighty, what else before we... I know Ryan's got some stuff. What else do we want to do before we go on to the morning?
I got nothing.
Henry's just drinking away at the bar.
Chill at the bar.
Yeah. Okay, so how about this then? Who is going to relieve Narcisse of her watch? If someone's going to with the sub. Because I know Azov wants to get some time with her, but someone would still need to stay at the sub.
Because I'm the one with the mental link with her, I can tell her that I'll take over. Like, I'll make sure not to get, like, just shit hammered drunk and be like, I got watch! Like, nothing like that.
I let the gift go. She was real nice. I don't know what to tell you.
So pretty.
We're best friends. She's got a whole nose.
If you want to do it, that's
is?
all right. But I will say that Azov was a real stand-up guy, giving me some time with her. So if you want, I can return the favor and I'll go take over. Honestly, I've never felt better, so I could definitely spend the whole night up. It's crazy.
Oh, to be young.
I feel like I could do an all-nighter, no problem now.
Has he smoked anything weird today?
Oh, he just looks like that now.
He's just high on life.
He still has hope.
Sorry, Bo, I don't mean to, like, talk around you, but, I mean, you seem...
No, it's easy to talk over me.
It is. It is. But you're okay, right? You're totally fine?
I've never been better.
Is this... Sydney's asking, is this permanent? Are you, like, forever young? Is that what's going on? What the fuck?
As far as I know, it's just permanent that he is...
That's rad. Anyway.
He's 5 years younger now. Yep.
That being said, if it happens again, he's gonna move into little shit territory.
Yeah.
He is.
It's a dangerous thing if he gets any younger.
Puberty. I mean, you're not gonna hurt my feelings.
You probably should.
I'll do it then, because he's 5 years younger and has 11 temp HP. Like, he is feeling fucking fantastic.
I'm just saying, both of y'all are being real weird about her, though. Be safe. See ya. That's it.
All right. So
Listen, Azov, all's fair in love and war, but I respect that we're being gentlemen about it.
Yes, of course.
This is like when Roy and fucking J-Meh are like going to Keely's house in Ted Lasso, and they're like, we want you to pick which one you date because we're fucking gentlemen, and she's like, get out.
all right, so
I will say, I wasn't planning on announcing it, my intentions to the party, but that happens.
okay, so you're headed to the ship to the I set you guys on the wrong thing. Ignore them. They're coming tomorrow. Anyways, that's fine. You'll see him. That's fine. You'll see him in the morning. A little preview. So you're headed back to the sub where Narcissa is, and so you'll get inside, and she'll just. Oh, two of you here to relieve me of the watch?
Just the one.
Oh, just Bo, you're taking over for me. I appreciate it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Happy to do a favor for you.
Thank you. Did you get your horns filed in town or something?
I got a good makeover today. Feeling real nice and sharp.
I see. Well, it's working, whatever it is.
Thank you.
Thank you. Azov, were you just keeping him company, or?
No, actually, there's something business I wanted to discuss with you. I think it's important that we discuss this privately.
Very well. I suppose we'll leave the Bismarck for now. Bo, thank you for taking over the watch. Aura has been silent and still.
Great. Good luck, Bo.
Thank you. You too.
And as we're kind of walking back, like through the tunnel and onto the beach, Azov's gonna like appear very concerned. It's like, so you had quite the day. How are you feeling?
Better now. Thank you for that potion and for you all coming to my rescue. I should have been more prepared. We should have assumed that the Emperor was going to send his own people after these coordinates. But
we're lucky that they only sent 2. It seems that we got the runts of the effort.
Indeed, it seems he sent the expendable team after this one. I hope you don't take offense to that, by the way. I think people just see less utility for a water-based weapon.
Well, it always comes back to the water, sooner or later. Which, speaking of, I wanted to talk to you about something. You know, you were in battle this morning, as well as jumped by those two Githyanki. I'm sure you're pretty sore and rough at this point.
Indeed.
You know, one technique the we Tritons tend to use after battles and physical exertion is dipping in some cold water.
If you're trying to have one-on-one time with me outside of my armor, you can just be forward about it.
I was wondering if you'd like to join me for a midnight swim.
She looks at you. She looks back toward where the sub is. Well, I suppose it wouldn't be fair to have indulged Bo, but not do the same for you. So very well, we can have a swim.
Oh, this isn't for me. This is for you. You know, having survived such a horrible ordeal today, we're really thinking about your health.
Yes, I'm sure we are. And she's like starting to take off her armor as she says that.
Yeah, Azov's going to do the same thing and go jump in the water.
Right. It's going to take her probably a little longer to take her armor off. Underneath, it's like, I think this works for basically all of us. You know how when you're building like a custom character and like it'll be like basically like the skirt loincloth and like the bra loincloth if you're making like a female character before you like actually build their look or whatever. You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Like basically showing the undergarments, but like nothing like, you know, I don't know what word I'm looking for there. But
risque.
The tits are out.
Risque. Yeah, nothing like that. But anyway, so she'll go down to basically that, to like the undergarments. And underneath, yeah, she's basically like red She-Hulk. Like she's pretty jacked underneath the armor, as you can imagine. She goes and steps into the water, and as she does, like her tail kind of curls up a little more toward the sky, just like, that is. I should have expected it to be cold, but this is a lot for tiefling. Well, all right. I'm coming in. Just give me time to adjust. And it kind of takes her a while to like get out there until she's like actually like it's like up to her shoulders. You know that like slow walk we all do into the ocean when it's cold, just bit by bit. Eventually she gets out there and she's like treading water as well, just like, I have to say the movement of the currents, it does feel good after all that has happened today.
See, I'm not completely full of hot air.
No, just mostly when you're trying to talk up people like me.
Azov's doing like the backstroke at the moment right now. He is very much in his element, literally.
Oh yeah.
But also he is resistant to cold. So like this is quite refreshing for him. He was going to do this regardless. He's just also trying to shoot a shot with the dame while he can.
Boy, I tell you, being resistant to cold's going to come in handy when/if you do go up against that other lieutenant.
Right.
She does have cold in her name. Thank you for offering this. It does feel good to be out here. Thank you. And you and your whole group have fought very well. I didn't know what to make of you all initially, but, you know, I see that you, Azov, you are boastful at times, but you do back it up with genuine fighting ability, and that's appreciated. And Bo, for his stature and for his lack of self-confidence, has much going for himself, too. I feel he just needs to believe in himself more. As for 8-9 and Henry, both of them seem to not cover up their strength, but just stay quieter about it. They're both very formidable as well. They just don't broadcast it as much.
Oh no, it works out well. We take up all the attention, and then they finish them off from a distance. It's an excellent strategy.
It seems to work that way. You all seem to be working together well, and I have to say, since I made all of your acquaintances back at Castle Shore, you seem to have gotten... reached even more camaraderie since then. It's been nice to see. It's an important thing to trust in and work together with your team.
Right. Which makes me think of you. What's your story? You seem very uptight a lot of it.
Yes, well, if I'm using the same terms you used, my sister would be the one that took up the attention, and I hovered a little more in the background. We had to do what we had to do to get by. We weren't the most well-to-do growing up. Not exactly in the best part of town. I decided to put all my strength into brawn and fighting and making a name for
Strength.
myself. Yes, and this eventually got me the job I have now. My sister instead decided to use her body in a different way, and God's bless her, it's working out for her as well. She uses her assets, which are, shall we say, more seductive than mine, and we both make our way in this world. I check in on her from time to time just to make sure she's okay. We both can deal with dangerous folks, just in different ways, you know? But we both seem to be doing well. And
One way or another, we all fight our battles, using our bodies in multiple ways.
Exactly. And I must say, Azov, if you and Bo are going to continue this method of speaking to me as you are, then perhaps when we are all back in the capital, the two of you and me and my sister could all spend time together. How would that sound? That way it's a bit more even.
Like a double date.
Something like that.
So in this double date, which would be with Bo and which would be with me?
I would have to leave that up to you two to decide.
So which one do you want?
I would leave it up to you two to decide.
Insight!
Okay, sure. She is genuinely just trying to be polite and not take a side in this. She is not trying to cause. She just complimented, she'll just say it as much. Listen, I just complimented the camaraderie of your team. The last thing you need is someone like me putting a divide in it.
But Dane, you gotta have needs too. You gotta pick a side eventually. We all do. Come on.
If you want complete honesty from Azov, the answer is yes, I do have needs, and there are folks who fulfill those needs, but not exclusively.
Oh. All right, so the paladin does take off her armor from time to time, it seems.
I'm doing it right now, am I not?
Okay. All right, good to know. Good to know.
Anyways, yes, we could make it some sort of double date, and you all could meet my sister, Oris.
Do I know that name?
I would say roll for it, but it's way funnier if I just say, "Oh, you absolutely do," and you know her. You've known her in the past, shall we say?
Have I known her in the biblical sense?
Oh yes, 100%. It's way funnier if you do.
Oris. Oris, you said?
Yes.
Is your sister?
A similar name to mine. She's often at half pints in the city.
Yeah, you know, I think I've seen a tiefling girl that looks kind of like you over there, time to time, and I'll describe her.
Yes, that is my sister. So you have met. Great. That takes some of the awkwardness out when all four of us are together back in the city.
Yep. Yeah, I doubt it'll be awkward at all. Totally. Yeah. So we got to get that on the books. But, you know, with, missions and stuff, it might be tricky to pencil in. But well, yeah, we'll definitely do that dual date, and stuff. So.
Excellent. Before we take our bio break, I want to do the little RP leading to everyone's level up, but I want to hold a second for Richard to get here, because I want everybody to be present for those. So in the meantime, is there anything further you would want to discuss with her, Henry, or 8-9 other things that as you're winding down for the night you want to do? I just want everyone to be present for the level up stuff because it'll be cool for everybody to see what's going on. Okay, well then, why don't we just do the bio break right now, and then we come back, we'll do the level up stuff.
Sounds good.
Cool, yeah, that'll have the same difference in the end. All right, so we'll be right back.
Hey.
Rocks fall, you all die.
Well-
Have a good night, everybody.
Bye.
Wait, where's
All
the
right.
sound? Where's the sound?
Hmm.
Nope, I almost side horned. Never mind, it's too late now.
There it is. Oh, I'm sorry. The couch actually costs $20.75.99. Thanks for playing. We'll see you at the Showcase Showdown. All right. Time for everybody to level up. We're going to... We just finished with Azov, so we're going to go to Bo, who's in the sub. At some point, Bo, I know you're full of energy, but at some point, you're just going to drift off a little bit in your sleep. And when you do... Actually, let's just go to the sub interior. Wait, let's not... There. At some point... we'll just stay on the beach for this image. You will drift off a little bit. And you will have... Is it a dream? Is it a vision? Who knows? But there will be a familiar face appearing to you. Why did this import so big? There will be a familiar face in that vision. So at this point, maybe you drift and you open your eyes and certainly someone is looking at you and just like... I see you've started to get more of a hold on your magic there, Bo.
Yeah, wild magic, maybe is not as wild as I once thought. Who are you?
I think you've learned a little more about that since the last time we met, haven't you?
How do you know that? Are you watching me at all times? Are you an omnipotent god?
Well, you're asking a lot of questions for a dream. How do you know this is actually me and not just within your own head?
Is there a difference? I'm dreaming right now?
Yes, you fell asleep on the job, but don't worry, the gift is not going to escape. Or who can say, how would I know that if I'm just in a dream?
You contradict yourself, man. You bring nothing but chaos with you. You said you were a cop and you weren't a cop.
I was a cop, I just retired some time ago. And you know that, you've seen the records.
Yeah, well, you didn't share that with us. You interrogated us like we were frickin' needing to, like you were a current cop, and you weren't a current cop.
No, you're right. But I wanted to make sure that you all were as worthy as I suspected. Based on how your adventure's gone so far, I would say my prediction was correct, and I'm happy to say that.
So it was all a test?
No, not I don't test anybody, I just observe. You know that by now. I like to observe times of change. I don't directly interfere, but I observe.
Alright, I got one more question for you. Does the name Ravadia Ogre Crusher mean anything to you?
Not to me personally.
Oh, thank God. Okay. That's all I needed to know.
Right. Well, if you have more questions, it seems you're on the trail of finding me again.
Yeah, that's fine. Yep.
Well, I'm not your father, Bo.
Oh, thank God. Okay, good. I cannot handle that kind of pressure.
No, I'm not him.
Oh, thank
But I
God.
do know. But I do know him. And and with that, you wake back up. You wake up. You jerk back awake, and yeah, you do feel after training and after resting, and after sneezing, you do feel a little more in control of your wild magic. Like you can harness that a bit more, and you have now leveled up.
Cool.
Oh, Sid, unlimited cereal sounds amazing. All right, let's go over to 8-9 now, who's probably just you're just sleeping in your room in the inn, presumably. And you are also going to dream this night, 8-9. As you're asleep in the dream, you're basically you find yourself, you're not surrounded by, but you're in the presence of all the archers that you were leading in the fight yesterday. And it's that thing where, like, you know, in a movie, someone's walking forward and everyone's just like congratulating them, like reaching out, like just kind of like touching them as they walk by, sort of. You know what I mean? So they're all doing that, and they're all yelling out things that seem like congratulatory and encouraging, but none of what they're saying is like speech. It just sounds like the rushing of wind. Like they're tapping you and just going like, yeah, but it's coming out. It's just like, but you can, you know, tell by the vibe, this is all congratulatory, and like this group is like proud that you led them through that victory against the Sahuagin. And as you get through the crowd, you stop, and then they all are kind of passing. They start passing an item back and forth, not back and forth, but toward you, like one by one. They're kind of assembly lining it down to you, and you get handed this thing. You don't 8-9 does not recognize this thing. You could do like a roll for it, but you were handed this thing, and it's this device. It has like a handle and what appears to be a trigger, almost like a crossbow, but instead of something loosing an arrow, there's almost like a small cannon or like a barrel-shaped thing affixed to the top of it, and this is handed to you in your dream. Do you want to do any sort of roll or communication with this, or do you just want to wake up?
I think with how his level up's gonna work, I think seeing like what it is, he's gonna like instinctually aim it out into the air as if you would aim a crossbow. Okay. And I think like the bang of it firing is when he wakes up.
Cool. Yeah, that works. You wake up. And now, Henry, we're going to go over to you. And you, Ms. Henry, you are in the midst of quite the stress stream, we're going to say. Standing to one side of you is, as you can imagine, your boss, the matron. Standing on the other side of you, I don't have an image for it because you have not encountered this person in reality yet, but there is your idea of whoever the Southpaw may be. If you want to describe to me maybe what that looks like, and then, you know, we can just imagine. Or if you want to doodle him here, that is who is standing on the other side of you in this dream.
I'm literally just picturing, what are their names? The backwards hand tiger
Rakshasas.
people. Yeah, I'm just a incredibly dressed Rakshasa. Like, we're talking like purples and gold silks for some reason. I don't know. It's giving a vibe for me for some reason.
Cool. And the two of them are just kind of bickering back and forth at Henry. The matron is just like, you know, you must serve me in this. This is what the contract says. This is why you're here. No one else. They'll only treat you worse than I ever have. You know I am more than a matron to you. I am truly your mother in all of this, Henry. And then the Southpaw next to her is just like, you know, very, it's more of like a gentlemanly, just like, you can turn on her anytime and just join me for a better cause, Henry. Come to my side. Turn your back on this matron who's done you nothing but harm. Serve me. Serve a better boss. And they're just going back and forth, like talking at the same time over each other, just trying to bring one of you closer to them.
Is there a third option? Is there a hallway to walk down? Is it just those two?
You're kind of just in a void. You could go any direction, but those are the two who are communicating to you at the moment.
I step towards the matron.
You step towards the matron, okay.
Because that's the devil I know.
Okay. You step toward the matron, and as she starts to get like a smile on her face, like a sly grin starts to come into shape, and then you wake up in your room, and when you do, you know how to manifest your psychic blades at this point. This time when you wake up, you kind of jerk awake and you look over. Instead of your psychic blade floating there, there's just a whole kind of cluster of swords just floating in one place, kind of spinning and wrapping in place until you sort of shake yourself more awake and de-magic that out of the room.
Cool.
And Henry is leveled up, and I'll leave you all to divulge the details of your level ups on your own time, but that's Henry. And we're gonna actually, while that's happening, Azov, you're still actually at the beach. You've not come back just yet, but at some point you are swimming and you're having a good time. At some point you go underwater, and when you do, it is almost as if you are suddenly asleep and you are in a different place, and things feel a little different for you, because as you go underwater, instead of being where you expect to be, you are suddenly in a much colder, darker, much more higher pressure, clearly deeper part of the ocean. And before you is a being that you have witnessed once or twice before, it seems, but a being in front of you who just calls out your name as you see it in front of you. Just,
hello, Azov.
Dreaming again.
Rest
Swimming in
assured,
the...
you are swimming. You won't drown. Don't worry.
Hi. My liege, how can I help you?
You seek more power, Azov. This is true, yes.
I wouldn't say no to more power. Are you offering?
I offer more power as long as you fulfill your end of the deal.
That being our original agreed upon price?
That price is still in effect, but we've added another clause, so to speak.
What's this new clause? I feel like the first price is pretty good.
This one is a price in your waking life, as opposed to the end of it. There will come a time when you will be called upon to help your people. Do this, and you may use my additional power.
Do we feel, as long as we're adding clauses, do we feel like renegotiating that first one? Maybe loosening the terms and service a little bit?
That is the anchor of our entire relationship, Azov, and it is the same for all other Tritons who follow me.
Sure.
The same fates, but your path in this life can be different and more powerful. I will offer you a boon within our pact.
Okay. All right. Sure. What's this boon?
You wish to be a more versatile fighter, is that correct?
I do. Always.
We can diversify your abilities with mine.
What do you want me to do? You've been ignoring me for the last 8 some odd years. And now I'm on this quest and you're making house calls?
I ignored you because you ignored your people yourself. This time I want you to help them, and you will know when the time comes. There will be no ambiguity.
Ooh, great. I hope they're as understanding as you are.
I cannot speak for all the Tritons. I merely empower them. You were given fortunes, were you not?
To the street urchin lady?
Fortunes come in all different shapes and sizes, don't they?
Oh, man. She said I didn't have a chance with the tiefling. Oh, but the other thing about the trident and everything.
That you would return home more powerful than before. Yes.
Yes. What of it?
The opportunity to do so will be very clear when it presents itself. Be willing, and I will offer you this power now.
Then I accept.
Then it is given.
And with that, you resurface. And you also resurface feeling more powerful. I found the right place in my actual throat to do that voice. That actually was much more sustainable.
Oh, good.
That wasn't like, It was like, no, I found the the right place. Oh, man. Not that he's going to be showing up all the time. But anyways, all right, well, everybody has leveled up. You are all net level 4, and I know that means different things for different people. But at some point, you all will meet in the morning, expecting your engineers to show up on the boat in a moment. But for now, I suppose you're all reuniting there in the tavern or in the inn, wherever it is. Y'all can keep going, but I gotta blow my nose again real quick, getting over this head cold.
Wait, so Bo is the one on watch still, right?
I guess so, until I'm relieved of duty, yeah.
Okay. Damn.
Are you still up?
Yeah.
I got shaken up from my dream.
Dozed, and then you're like, oh shit.
Is the lady still there?
In the sub?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because
the
Bo's
gift is still
there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Your hostage is still there for sure. Your POW.
Do we want to say we meet at the sub?
I think so.
Yeah, that works. And then Narcisse can break away to go get the engineers from the docks when the time comes.
I will say most mornings when you guys convene in whatever inn or tavern, Azov is very jovial, very full of life. He seems to be a sound sleeper. Most nights. Last night he was not. He comes in looking rather haggardly, his anemone-like hair somewhat out of place, and some bags under his eyes. Morning, everyone. I assume we all rested in peace. Bo, thank you for taking that late night shift.
Oh yeah, no problem at all. I freaking feel amazing. You're not looking quite the best though.
No, I would, last night was challenging.
You want to wake and bake?
I don't, but I appreciate the offer, Bo.
Sure thing. Anybody else? I'm taking what no one else does.
Oh, good.
I feel like Henry probably assumes that it's in association with him having a fling with the dame and just him being like so dreary, so upset. It's really throwing her for a whirl.
Did you not? You know, never mind.
I think I should probably address the bullet in the room. Something happened to me last night. I was dragged deep and brought before my master, as it were.
Oh, you're into that kind of thing.
Is she already your master? Guess the date went pretty well.
Guys, I
I
think he's talking like an actual.
I don't believe it has a gender exactly, but what are you talking about?
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about my patron. What are you talking about?
Is she your patron now?
Who?
What our pally friend?
No,
Narcisse?
we just had a date. No,
Wait,
talking
who the
about
hell are you talking about?
Bo. I think you might have overheard it when we were receiving your rewards from the castle, but I feel like I should be upfront with everyone. What do you all know of a being called the Fathomless?
Roll for that. Is that history or arcana?
Or religion?
History or
Or
religion.
religion. Oh no,
Absolutely
it's
fucking
religion.
nothing.
I know your
It's all the
surface
same.
education system is woefully
Was that supposed to be?
No, I keep
okay.
on keeping my thing at advantage.
I was going to say, dang, Richard.
I might know what that is instead of a shark. To be fair,
You don't know what a shark is, but you know what this like deep sea god is.
I had a miserable childhood. I read
That's
weird
true.
occult books.
That's true, honestly. Yeah, you know, if Bo and Henry have both like looked into weird occult stuff from time to time, they've probably heard the name, but that's probably as far as it goes.
I've heard of it. I hear it's like from the deep below.
Yes. So the Fathomless is a creature. I don't know if they're a god. If they're not, they're about as close as you can be without being one. But the Fathomless and the Triton Empire are about as close as two organisms can be. Before my time in the Great Barrier War, all Tritons are offered the opportunity to pledge themselves to a higher power. Lower power, but it's neither here nor there. It is a very tempting opportunity that not everyone is equipped to handle. It is more of a test of force of personality. And I've got plenty of personality. I was actually bestowed a special rank. The title of Far Touched. It comes with extra gifts. You may have seen the voice I use to command others. It's part of that. But as a part of being in the Fathomless Legion, you must give something up. Something that everyone has. Their soul. And I don't mean metaphorically, or rhetorically, or poetically, or artistically, or any other fancy way of saying that. I mean, literally, your soul.
So it's the Fathomless, and you're the soulless.
I have a soul for now. But the second I breathe my last breath, my soul goes to the Fathomless. In the endless maw. Of the
Got to say, you've not picked your god very wisely. I was just talking with Narcisse about the oath that she made. It doesn't sound nearly that bad.
There wasn't even a god involved in that one.
Oh, right. That was just, keep on forgetting not all pallies are religious.
You know, I was young. At the time, it seemed like a really good idea. What do you do with your soul anyways, besides, you know, die with it? And when headed into battle, you look to anything that could give you an edge. Especially that battle. In any case, when my time with the Tritons ended, I assumed that my pact with the Fathomless would eventually sever. It's not exactly clear how you gain more power. The Fathomless rather prefers to be mysterious in how they operate, doling out power to those it deems worthy. For my many years on the surface, it didn't seem what I was doing was worthy of said boon or power, so I just assumed that maybe it ended, receded, unclear. That is until a week or two ago, after we took down the King in Yellow, and I had that mushroom. I felt its presence once again call my name, and I noticed my power grew for the first time in a long time. I assumed it was a fluke, maybe a latent block, but last night confirmed that to not be true. The Fathomless came to me directly, which is to say extremely rare for such a being of great power, and said the pack still stood, and furthermore it had changed. It seems my service to the Triton Empire has not ended, and possibly whatever quest we're on currently will give me a chance to help my people. But I don't know what that means, or what exactly is expected of me. I'm sorry I didn't tell you all sooner. It's not really something you lead with. But honestly, I haven't traveled with a consistent group of comrades in quite some time. But I felt you all should know what you're traveling with and what that could mean.
Why you can't go home again?
It is a complicated subject.
How do you think this is going to impact where we were going? Do we need to change directions, or you gonna keep staying the course that we selected?
I mean, as long as we keep heading further inland, I don't see it being much of a problem. But if the Fathomless felt it necessary to contact me directly, and I should really emphasize, it's not someone to make home calls. That means whatever opportunity might reveal itself soon enough.
I mean, you don't think this, gesturing to the sub, is the opportunity, do you?
I mean, I can't help but notice that this is a underwater vehicle, and my people are fighting in a underwater war. So it's possible it could be related. But for what they'd need a lot more than a handsome-looking ship.
The ship blushes a little bit.
Well, what happens if you don't do the thing it's asking you to, whatever that vague thing is?
I don't know. I've never been the super religious type, but I imagine it would bode badly for someone that I have sworn my soul to. It's odd. From my time here on the surface, I've spoken to a few of your religious types. Some of you have a god or many gods you serve, some more directly than others. Most seemingly don't get to talk to them. Except for, I guess, us with you, Bo. But I know exactly what will happen to me when I die. I know exactly what waits for me.
Ah, is that why you're such of a fuckboy now? Getting all the fun in while you can?
I'm not going to deem that with an answer. But I don't know, maybe? What are you, my therapist?
Nah, I'm just your friend. I just want to know what your shit is, you know? Because if we all know each other's baggage, then we know how to look out for one another.
All I know is there's a reason I live on this side of the continent. And there's a reason why I pick typically safer jobs. Ones I know I can handle. Ones that I can get away from if I need to. So, if, and it sounds like when, we run into my people, assuming they know who I am, it could be potentially deadly.
I
But-
just assumed every day with us was potentially deadly.
You know, my life didn't used to be deadly every day. It used to be a lot of just sleeping on hammocks on ships.
Yeah, but now we're adventurers. Isn't the whole point of this to live on the edge?
I thought the point was to retire comfortably one day, but maybe that was just me.
Yeah, I don't know about
That was
you
not
two,
me.
but I'm pretty sure this has been the same thing for me since day one, so it's not really any different.
I should say, as of normally very boisterous, very confident, very chest out, him confessing this to you, it seems almost like a different person. He's not
Shrink himself a little bit.
a little Clark Kenting. He's obviously been rattled with this information, and this is a very vulnerable time for him, as he doesn't usually share. And it seems there may even be things that he still feels not ready to share.
You sure you don't want a little toke of this to help take the edge off? You're not doing well, my friend.
I actually do better with edibles. Do you happen to have one of those?
No, I don't know where to get those.
Then I'm fine.
It's okay to be fine, though. Not that you need to not be fine, but it's okay to not be fine. So, I mean...
Just
maybe
so
take a
long as
break
you're...
or something.
As long as you're not being fine does not bring us into a situation where suddenly none of us are fine, you know?
Are we fine?
Oh, you mean like an explosive wild magic surge?
Yeah, like that.
Great.
That's a great example. You don't want to do that to the rest of your party.
Well, hopefully my baggage is just a little pixie that kicks you in the face.
I hope so.
8-9, I know you have rumors, baggage, that red energy that you harness sometimes. I'll say for what it's worth, I never believed the rumors they tell about you. That you come from the hells.
Wait, I'm sorry, what?
No one.
I'd never heard that rumor.
I'm gonna elbow 8-9. I'd lean into that one too. That one's really cool.
I thought he was just some kind of, edgy bounty hunter guy who had been in jail a long time before he went and go and put other people in jail. I thought that was the biggest thing to know about him.
No, I mean, Bo's kind of right. That is kind of the biggest thing to know. I don't know where you got the hell thing from. I don't think.
I think
from
people
hell.
just get scared. I think people just get scared around you if they make up things. But
I don't know what's to get scared about. I mean, I only shoot you if I'm after you.
You're
That
real
could be
quiet,
scary.
though. You're real quiet.
There's a lot of quiet people that ain't from the hells.
Like I said,
I'm just wondering, is there any truth to this little bit of nugget?
I don't think I'm from the hells. I mean, they told me I showed up on the doorstep of the orphanage through a portal.
Through a portal?
I don't know what that means. And I mean, if you're sharing, I told Henry this, but I had a dream or something about seeing through another portal when we were on the ship. There was somebody watching me. I mean, I don't know what that means. Could just be strange circumstances, strange dreams. Dreams sometimes mean nothing.
was this portal underwater?
No. It was in my bedroom.
Was it a highly emotional moment when there was this portal?
I don't think 8-9 gets highly emotional.
Not particularly.
Huh. That's
Of note.
strange, because
Of note,
one
the high
thing-
emotion thing applies to like people who don't have the innate ability. So like if 8-9's doing this without the emotional thing, it means he has some sort of innate ability to do portals. Important distinction there, just based on what you know.
so I do know that some people can just innately do it.
Essentially, what you read is like, if you're not like a god or this like rare, like it is still just like definitely an exception that proves the rule. Like this is still hyper rare. If he's saying it's not emotional, it means he has something within him that's letting him do it, like at will, if you will. So there's definitely something super special going on.
Well, Bo doesn't fully understand all that, so he's just going to share what he knows about portals. And, yep.
What was...
I'm awfully confused. I thought you had to be all emotional about it, and then he proceeds to explain all the stuff he learned about emotions and portals.
Huh. No, I mean, no emotions involved for me. The biggest thing I get is, I mean, sometimes I can hear the wind saying things.
You up.
Well, 8-9, I'll admit I don't have a lot of experience when it comes to portals. But where I came from, there were a lot of people not dissimilar to you. I believe they're called water genasi. And they came here from somewhere. Portals can exist anywhere. Some can exist for a very, very long time.
Well, maybe we'll find one. We'll figure out what's going on.
Since we're all sharing strange dreams, I don't know if it was like a full moon or something. I had a strange dream as well, but it was actually quite pleasant because the goat man came to me and he told me he was not my father.
He specifically showed up to say that?
I think that's all he really said. He's like, you are on your path to doing something, and then he was like, I am not your father. And I'm like, cool. And he's like, but I know who is. And I'm like, what?
Was there like a crowd of people cheering when they said he is not the father?
Honestly, it's all kind of fuzzy at some point. Because he was like, I was like, whoa, hey, you. And then he's like, you're dreaming. And I'm like, I'm what? So I don't really remember all the details, quite fuzzy already. But maybe there were people clapping. There could be.
Were you smoking on watch?
No.
Wait, did you fall asleep on your watch?
What? No.
Bo,
Yeah, you just said you had a dream.
you're younger than all of us. You're healthier than all of us. How did you fall asleep?
On watch.
I plead the fifth.
You had one job.
Well, thankfully, Bora is still here.
So maybe the youngin doesn't take watch by himself anymore.
I woke up with less hash than I went to sleep with.
It's a
It
true
was
mystery.
stolen.
The disappearing hash.
I bet Bora took it.
I think I know where
I
it
think
went.
so.
Bora's just eating a bunch of cookies like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, everything's okay, I guess. So I mean, no harm, no foul this time.
I'll be more careful in the future. I was feeling so good, but I guess I may have smoked a wee bit too much. Tell you what, next time I'm doing watch on my own, I will not smoke. Deal?
Side check.
I was about to
I
say.
I consider this problem solved.
Dang, Henry. Oh, I read that as a 23 at first.
Oh, I got a negative. There's no way.
Well, as long as you've learned your lesson, I suppose.
So
That's
we
what
agree
counts.
he's never going to be on watch solo again, right?
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Yeah,
Buddy system
Alright.
from now on.
for sure. Yeah, yeah.
It's you can tell with the insight that he means it in the moment, but you know that later he's gonna
gonna
give
be-
it a temptation.
He's just going to be like, here we go. And then he's like, oops, I smoked half of it. Might as well keep going.
Yeah, exactly.
I just figured he was like, I won't smoke, but I'll take it in other ways.
You know, all this being
No,
said,
he completely means it in the moment.
all this being said, next time you're not on watch, maybe if you smoke even more, you'll have a dream with the person who actually is your dad.
Whoa, now that's something to smoke about.
Not yet.
There's a reason why all of
Not
his
yet.
wisdom and intelligence is -1.
So did you share Henry's stuff, or are you going to? Did that happen when I stepped away? I don't want to move on in case you want to do yours as well.
No, the comparison here is nothing. They're like, oh yeah, I came through a portal. What? I have wild magic issues. My mom might have like fucked a satyr in the Feywild. I don't know who my dad is. And we have somebody who is far touched and champion of the deep. I'm cool.
All right. So in that case, as you're wrapping up this conversation, we'll probably go. Hopefully, we wrap everything like by the 10:30. I don't want to push too far. I do have a certain point I want to get us to before we do next week, with Andrew joining. But for now, Narcisse returns to the dock with the promised engineers. So you guys hear like her call out from outside. All right, we're back. I've brought our guests. And as you all pop out of the sub, you see a pair of dwarf twins, and you see a kobold, and attached to his hip, Artem, is a device that looks very similar to the one you saw in your dream the night before.
I had a dream about that thing.
So Molly over here on the end is just gonna like, right, well, we're here. I suppose we need to take a look at Bismarck. It's been a little while, but I think if you give us a little bit of time, we could probably get him running again. Ride it back to the capital and all that. It's crown property and what have you. And I heard you had a bit of a hostage on board there, so I'll work on the mechanical stuff. Global over there will take care of all the magical stuff. And Polly, I guess you'll need to maybe just keep an eye on the prisoner. Make sure she doesn't get away. And Polly just does the same flex she does in the picture here. Just like, yeah, that's right. Your gift ain't getting nowhere past me.
Damn, I need to change career fields. Wait, so hold on. We talked to the orb. Professor Orb.
The kobold will chime in. Oh, you mean Phineas? Yes, he is. Well, I suppose it's good to hear he's still doing well in his little orb form. Yes, that's good to hear.
Well, he was kidnapped by a crab for a while.
As
it's
one
fine.
does.
He's good now. They're good now. We charge these crystals. We heard that it only works with crystals.
Oh, excellent. Yes. Well, we've come to charge up a few of our own, and we'll get this thing nice and moving. What sort of infusions have you all done on your behalf? By the way, in case we didn't introduce, my name is Cobalt the Kobold, as you have heard. Polly and Molly here, to my right and to my further right. Pleasure to make all of your acquaintances. Narcisse has told us all about you and your doing so far, and it's very nice to make your acquaintances.
I put a knife in the crystal.
That is something. I suppose you can infuse just about anything in there. I can't say we ever find a knife during our testing, although we didn't get to do as much weapons testing as we wanted to. But that's beside the point. Maybe we go inside and we begin our work, because the faster we can do our work, the faster we all get this submarine out of here.
Alrighty then.
Submarine.
Yes,
Submarine.
but below the water, it's not a common word. I sort of invented it when the time came. But below the water, submarine level, subwater level, if you will. It was a word of my own invention, and I think it suits perfectly to what Bismarck is capable of with the diving beneath the waves and all that.
If there is a submarine that
Well, that wasn't our job. We were set out to do the. First of all, can we come up there instead of standing down here? It'd be nice to just speak inside of the device. Is that okay?
No.
by calling this a submarine, you imply that there is a marine somewhere. So can we use that instead?
Though I think Narcisse might be the Dom Marine in that. Fun fact. So this is not like as applicable here. Cobalt is actually, I told Artem some of this. Cobalt is actually one of a one-shot party that I ran in this universe before I did the campaign with you guys, just to kind of get it started. He is one of the PCs from that. That was I decided 20 years ago, and obviously he's happy to talk more about that later as stuff gets on. Happy to elaborate on his own adventures. But yes, this is good old Cobalt the Kobold. So yeah, they'll climb aboard. Yeah, it is good artwork. I don't know where my buddy Robert found that, but pretty good. So they'll climb aboard. They're gonna start to work, getting this thing ready to go. But they're happy to talk and answer questions as they're doing so. So whatever it is you want to ask them about, now is the time. So as they're climbing in, Cobalt's just, yes, well, you asked about land and sea versus the air and all that. Well, you see, we were assigned to work on the Bismarck here. Our mission was to create a weapon, some sort of a weapon that could work well in the water. And of course, there were other teams who wanted to, as you know, work on weapons for the land and for the sky. And so it's just the division of responsibilities there. And this is the one that we were asked to work on. Just the three of us putting old Bismarck together. Just the three of us. Not a big team like the others, not as well funded as the others, but that's okay. We will still get the job finished, finally.
But plus Phineas, right?
Oh, well, he was sort of an advisor. He helped us work with the Sahuagin. You see, he had studied them. He'd understand their language better. And when you're building something on their territory, well, you need somebody who can kind of be that middleman. Not Harold Middleman, of course. He was more about getting the labor organized. But Phineas was there just to give us advice on the local wildlife. I guess you could say wildlife. You can make that the word. And it kept things smooth and steady as we were doing our construction. Kept the Sahuagin happy. As I understand it, when we had to leave, they sort of commandeered the place, but glad to hear that threat is past. And here we are now.
You can call them wild dead now.
So who are gone? Am I right? Huh.
Oh, I liked it. Sorry, everybody.
As I was gonna lean out of boats, like, what's with these terrible jokes?
I feel like he should meet Hebert. I feel in my heart he should meet Hebert.
Right. So the TLDR of everything he just rambled on about there is yes, this team was working on the Bismarck. There were other teams working on Castor and Alexander. He was saying there at the end that apparently this, much like Bora and Bark drawing the short straw to check this place out, this was also like the least kind of funded project. So it was just the three of them putting it together. But now they're back to finish the job.
Nobody said anything to you guys until like just yesterday about all of this?
Well, the project was abandoned, you see, and King Hollis died. God's rest his soul, and the whole thing was done under secrecy. But now it seems that secrecy is a little less secret. So here we are. We're getting the Bismarck working because better us than the Gith. No offense, ma'am, none taken. And we're gonna get it. We're gonna get it moving. Finally, we didn't really get a chance to give this thing the proper test we wanted to. Again, we were underfunded compared to the others, but we know how it works. We can get the crystals going, and we can get this thing moving and being a ship shape or under ship shape, if you will.
Wait, so you never got it moving before?
Oh. I was gonna say more about that. Yeah.
Say that again, Ryan.
You never got this thing moving before?
Well, in theory, everything should work. The movement and the navigation and the ramming speeds and the controls and the weapons and all that stuff. But we never got a chance to fully test everything out. But now that we're here and we are magically capable, we're going to do just that. We're going to get it moving.
Well, I'm fine with this as someone who can breathe underwater.
Oh, I can't even swim. I don't want to be in here.
Molly's gonna just lean over, just like, I want to rest. Just keep you all rest assured that dwarven craftsmanship is gonna make sure this thing is operating smoothly. You know, we did submersible tests. Nothing broke through. Okay, we're gonna be just fine. It's just we never got to really take it out for a real spin. You know what I mean?
Oh, we're gonna die.
Bo's just gonna like knock. This is carbon fiber.
Is that a Mad Catz controller at the helm?
Listen, you're all here for the maiden voyage of Bismarck the Wave Diver. It's a historic moment. You should enjoy it.
So we actually might die. So we were.
Is it a non-zero chance? Yes. Am I extremely confident that nothing's going to go wrong? Also, yes.
Feel like that's a famous last word.
And
Did
listen.
we tell Bora that this thing wasn't going to go anywhere? Should we just like knock her the fuck out for the funsies of it, or we just let her find out?
She's just been sitting there pissed in the corner this whole time, so it's up to you.
I feel like at this point, why are we like trying to lie to her? Like, who cares?
Yeah, I mean the whole thing's out. That's true.
Well, listen, I figured this was going to be the fastest way to take me back to your prison anyway in the capital, so...
We still might die, so...
No further offense taken.
I mean, we might not have lied. So...
This thing very well may be at the bottom by the end of the day, just like I said.
Yep.
Right, well then I suppose the only question is, are we just going straight for the capital, or are there stops along the way that we need to make?
I would prefer if they made us stop a little more inland.
Jellyfish? Like what? I mean, but we can't take this thing. I mean, unless there's like a river that goes further inland. Is there a fucking river that goes further inland?
There is a river. If you all wanted to, you all wanted to investigate the Castor site next. Obviously, they're going to need a little time to get the sub working, but I have done the math, and essentially, they can get it working by the evening. And you can be around the coast, down the river, to the foot of the mountain by tomorrow morning. By the morning
grandmother's house. Got it.
Or excuse me, the morning of the 11th. We're currently on the 10th because they're here.
We need to get to Lover Speak as soon as possible. Her people are coming to steal the apparently better funded one. You guys know the planet is mostly covered in water, right? There's nothing in the sky. There's nothing up there.
I suppose that makes the sky easier to dominate.
That's true. Least resistance there.
However, the sky is above the land, and so it's easier to dominate what's underneath you.
Yeah, and I mean,
this one has a point.
I think he was trying to make an innuendo. Was that an innuendo, Bo? Or no?
Yes, it was.
Mine was
That's where the Submarine is.
The Submarine is up high, yes.
There's a Submarine, a mid-marine, and a submarine. Or Submarine, switch marine.
I was about to
submarine.
Yeah, there you go.
I was going by altitude. I was like, no, switch marine. That's what it's got to be.
That's gotta be.
Yep. Narcisse will just chime in now at this point. Right, well, if we're going to part ways, I suppose we can take you down the river as you wish, and then we'll be off to the capital.
Narcisse, will you continue journeying with us, or will you head back to the capital with our prisoner?
My mission is to babysit you up until the point that we found the Bismarck. At this point, I need to return it and our prisoner to the crown.
We're the ones that were knocked out.
Also, yes, I would prefer to go back and recuperate after being assaulted by
I'm just saying,
Biscuit
go
and the
on
twin.
babysitting, John. We did okay.
Sorry. It started that way, but as I told Azov previously, you all have truly proven yourselves as fine warriors. And I have to say, you all have a bit of a glow about you today as well. I suppose you should be proud after liberating this town from the Sahuagin threat.
Warriors, but maybe something more?
Fine warriors, all of you.
Okay. We're still playing close to the chest, all right?
I'm just gonna give Azov a little pat on the back.
Yeah, you
It's been a tough day for you, buddy.
Something's off with me today. I don't know.
Yeah, tough luck.
Oh shit.
Artem, this is a fascinating question.
I know. But
I'm gonna say yes, but in theory, it would also make your travel time super slow if you were gonna do that.
That's fair.
Like, we'll say it cuts the swim speed in half. But that's a
Okay.
fascinating question.
Don't fuck up the swim speed.
I'm already
You
moving
hydrophobic
half
bigot.
speed. I don't have a swim speed.
That's funny. All right,
Water
sorry,
river
I'm
booty
gonna,
you.
I'm gonna blow my nose one last quick time before we get to the end of the episode. Sorry, just head cold stuff. Almost to the end of this. 1 second.
8-9 is gonna turn to Bo and Henry. I wouldn't normally offer this, but seeing as we're going to go in something that's going underwater, if there's some catastrophe and we're like deep under, I can technically generate my own air.
So like just like get close to you and we'll be okay, or you just talk about like you're safe, we're fucked?
I mean, I could give you both air.
Maybe a demonstration is in order, 8-9.
Okay. No, I see what he's saying. I see what he's saying.
You're
Were you just
gonna do
telling them
some
what you
kind of
asked me,
portal
Arden?
magic?
Huh?
Were you telling them what you asked me?
Yep.
Okay.
You're doing some kind of portal magic, or do you like funnel air in or something?
Oh, he's
I
funneling, all right.
don't know how it works. But I mean, you know,
Just
yeah. If it
Tell
comes
him
no,
how-
that's good to know. That's good to know in case we fucking die in a death can. Actually.
Maybe you should practice first. Start with Henry.
What? Are you
He's giving her air, I assume. Unless there's another way you could do it.
Listen, just because you struck
Oh.
out last night, like, you don't need to get it from someone else.
I'm just saying, what are you suggesting?
Was it because of the crabs?
what?
What?
8-9 is
Why-
offering to be your air tank. Am I reading the situation wrong?
No,
I
that's
think-
right.
That sounds
How?
I was just wondering why you struck out last night. Was it because
Like
of
just-
the crabs?
like there's so much. Imagine these engineers coming in like, oh yes, these refined adventurers are like they're here. They liberated this machine, and they're like, yeah. So like, you guys are basically gonna have to kiss. Did you strike out because of crabs? Like,
What are you talking about, Bo?
I heard that you had crabs. I felt like as a decent man you would disclose
I
such
heard your
things.
dad was a goat. Oh, we want to
I
talk
mean-
about that.
we're both adults. It's fine.
I-
I mean, it's whatever, right? I mean, survival. That's nothing.
At this point, goat still on the table. Goat god not on the table.
What if it was an antelope? You still go with
Whoa.
that? Whoa.
He did not say it was not an antelope, but I don't think it was, but you never know.
Could be an ibex.
Whoa. Or Dick.
Hmm. Well, I think that happened regardless.
Huh?
In any case, it sounds like we will live, and we can go up this river.
Is it infinite air though? Like, is it like puff puff pass, get good luck everybody? Or like it's just infinite?
I think 8-9's gonna get puff fast.
He's gonna get puff fast.
I mean, you'll probably have to get, depending on how deep we are, you'll probably have to be multiple breaths.
Now who's the submarine?
That might be the episode title right there.
I appreciate the offer because that might be the only thing to keep us alive. Not that I could swim out of there anyway. So,
short of us having water breathing, this is the best we can do.
I will say I can't do that. However, I will bring your bodies back to the surface.
Thank you.
For proper burial.
As you say that, there's like a slight lurch in the submarine.
Oh, God.
Molly's just like, don't worry about it. We're just getting it ready for testing.
I scream. No, like I don't just say, oh, God. Like I yelp, I think.
Wait, calm down. Everybody calm down. Listen, we're going to need a little bit of time to get everything doing. So if there's any last business in town, now would be the time to do it. And then we will push off and we can have you at the end of the river by tomorrow morning. So entertain yourselves till then. We will do our thing here.
I will be anywhere but here.
All right. And then I'm assuming we should just fast forward until you guys push off in the submarine, correct? Until you guys start your voyage. Yep. All right, so we're going to fast forward. During that time, they have done their crystal infusions. They've gotten stuff ready to go, and this thing is powered up and ready to go. And so the time comes. Polly's at the controls. Molly goes to the back in the engine room and is like plugging in crystals. Cobalt is kind of just like relaying commands, and eventually, this thing, it drops from its dock. The kind of metal sheet covering the front face of the shark pulls up, and then you see what you see here in the picture. Like you're looking out into the actual water, and it starts moving. The tail starts, moving like a tail, and this thing starts moving. You depart from underneath the cave. You find your way to the outlet of the river, and then you start making your way down. And you will like actually technically have time for another long rest here because this is going to be 10 hours through the night, so that you arrive at the foot of the mountains in the morning. But on the way there, 8-9 probably has some questions about the device that Cobalt is carrying around, so we can do that. Cobalt will also happily share about his travels, because it may give you some more insight into some other world events. And then we'll get to the foot of mountains, and we'll get to our little mountains cliffhanger. So we'll do that. But as it stands, all of you plus Narcisse plus the people on screen here are all going to be traveling together through the night down river in the submarine.
A really antsy person on the airplane that's just like doesn't want to be there.
Okay.
Like I would rather get just like shit-faced drunk than be here. Henry's having a time and just like that's it. That's the vibe.
Henry?
Solid song question, by the way.
Sid, Bo is offering you
Much like you don't like drinking, mine's drugs. I smoke cigarettes, but that's about it.
Alrighty then.
Thank you, though.
Bo will find that as he smokes, he adjusts to the underwater pressure just very nicely. Really, really helps with that.
Very rhythmic. Guess you gotta be watching out for smoking down in here, the helium keeping all this thing afloat.
Yeah, listen, just don't be getting the smoke anywhere near any of the crystals for me, okay?
Okay.
Is it gonna catch
Why
fire?
you guys have an open flame in a submarine? You guys are trying to die?
Is that what's gonna happen? I'm like, I'm gonna grab it and like snuff it.
I was just gonna roll just to see if I got a 1 on a D100, just out of curiosity. Yep, exactly.
Speaking of the crystals, while we're traveling, I want to try some of these.
Yeah. You
So we
wanna
have-
you wanna give it a go?
Yeah. He's gonna. Who's operating the crystals?
Polly's at the controls, Molly's in the back in the engine room. Well, there's kind of crystal stations all about, but as far as the engine room, that's Molly, which is where the primary power in the weapon system is.
Molly. I hear there are
How
weapons.
you doing that, Azov?
You know, it's whatever. Eternal suffering. But violence. Show me how on this. What do we
You
got?
want to fire the weapons?
Yes. Oh my god, so much.
Well, to do that, we just need to insert one of our weapons crystals here. Let's just be careful where we aim it. We're not trying to start a whole ruckus down here, but firing below into the riverbed really shouldn't do too much harm. Have you got a crystal in mind you wanted to use, or will you be wanting to use some of ours?
I got one crystal of Misty Step, so we could like blow something up and then teleport away. I think 8-9 did Long Strider in this one, so we could blow something up and teleport away, then get away really quickly. And then I have Knife.
Someone put a knife in one of the crystals, eh?
It's a special knife. I don't know how exactly it's going to work. Maybe we'll keep that as a backup.
All right.
And then was Chaos one the one that you did?
No, Bo put in disguise self.
And Disguise Self, so we could blow something up, teleport away, go fast, and then turn into something else.
A real
Please tell me
shark.
there's something.
You want to use one of mine, I'm taking it.
Yes, please.
Very well. She's going to pull one out with a bit of a crystal glow. This one casts a fireball.
Ooh, does that still work underwater?
It's a bit more of a steam ball, but you know, it works. You know, we can also fire surface and fire the thing, which we're not going to do right now, but if the Bismarck is designed to take out whole ships, we can ram through them, we can fire at them like this, you know, different ways to do it.
You know what we can make this ship look like? Is off.
What's that?
Can make it look like the Fathomless.
I'd rather not. If it's all the same.
All right, it'll scare a whole lot of enemies underwater.
I think blowing something up will scare a lot of enemies underwater.
Fine then, we'll just disguise ourselves as a wee shark. Whatever that is.
So Molly, how do we do this?
Right, well, as we said, it will magnify the effect of the spell. This one I just put in your basic fireball. Wasn't trying to get too crazy, but if you want to sit that there on the crystal socket, we can have Polly fire it off. Well, Cobalt will be the one firing it off from the controls. If you want to sit in place, go back up front and see what it does.
Okay, and I'm going to put it, and I'm going to run to the front.
Have fun. You get to the front, and you know, Cobalt's like, oh, he's like looking at little thing, like devices, monitors, whatever in front of him. Oh, I see. We're ready to. It seems you want to test the weapon, then, do you, Azov?
I do.
All right. And this was what sort of spell did Molly give you to insert in there?
It's some kind of fire one. I'm not sure. I wasn't super listening.
Okay. Well, we will let off. I suppose it's more of a steam ball down here. Let's just make sure we aim it to the riverbed to the side. And he's just kind of like twisting a little knob. Very well. Do you wish to press the button, Azov?
So much.
Go right ahead.
I hit the
Azov
button.
pressed the button, and this is how much steam/fire damage gets unleashed from the cannon.
Oh my god!
It magnifies the spell level by 50.
Jesus.
So just this like just force of steam and this heat just smash the side of the riverbed, and like you're under, and like it is the riverbed on the side, so it's not like it like blows a hole or anything, but it's a like the impact goes way out. You can see just like the steam really hits. So yes, the spell level multiplied by 50.
Wait, the spell level multiplied by 50?
Or sorry, so like fireball does 1d6 at a base level, so 50d6.
Fireball does 1d6?
Or that's what it's by an additional d6, I think, by the level, sorry. I might have read my math wrong. Oh yeah, sorry. Additional. So
Yeah, I was gonna say, I thought it does like 8d6 or
No,
10d6
you're right.
or something.
You're right. My bad. So let me roll that correctly. This might destroy roll 20. Didn't want to. I don't think it could.
You did
Wait, what happened?
D400 D6. Just take out the original D.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. This might.
You never have 2 Ds. Just one D.
This might. There. Okay. There we go.
Did we vaporize the entire river?
You didn't, but you definitely like the whole sub gets pretty rocked, and Kobol's just like, well, it's a good thing we're doing this a little bit stealthily. People, hopefully, no one was fishing up there.
Could kill a Tarask with that.
You said that was a standard shot?
Well, of a fireball, they don't have to be spells of that magnitude.
Okay, so a disguise self could definitely disguise itself as a fathomless if it's multiplied by 50.
You could teleport this thing straight up to the mountain.
How?
Yeah, what are we doing swimming? Let's just teleport.
30 feet?
30 feet.
So 30 times 50 is 1,500 feet.
That's half a mile. Because a mile.
Yeah, it's little just under half. Mile is 50
Well, it's
to
a third
80.
of a mile, yeah.
It's a third of a mile. Still, you go 15 football fields.
So, guys, remember when we were making fun of how this wasn't that great of a weapon?
Yeah, the second that happens, he's gonna guys, I think we gotta steal this ship.
But I mean, think about it. If that's what the water one can do, the air one can do this from up above.
This one can do it now, right here.
Yeah, but I mean, unless they're right in front of us under the water.
If we... A fly spell is around the same as a fireball. If we could get fly... Just imagine how fast it could fly. What happens when you amplify flight by 50?
Well, keep in mind this is through
Starship.
this is the weapon system. This isn't the engine or the navigation.
Okay.
I want to fire the knife. Guys, let's fire the knife.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not going to be nearly what the fireball was, but still, it'll be neat.
I don't know. Her knives are pretty strong.
I suppose if you wish to fire the knife, that's fine. Although we should probably leave it at that. We don't want to destroy the ecosystem around here.
Too late!
There's some
ecosystem?
There's some fisherman up above who thought there was an earthquake, and then he looked down and just like hundreds of fish rose to the surface, and he's like, "We're gonna eat forever."
Dynamite
It's
fishing right
summertime.
here.
Oh, man. Basically, yeah. All right, do you want to fire the knife?
Yeah.
That knife is
Right.
going to do 50d6 of damage.
Yeah. Who would like to roll the 50d6?
God damn.
The knife.
God damn.
I love how you guys were shocked by the incorrect roll I did, and then I did the real one. Oh man. All right,
I rolled
138,
Oh man, I'm fine.
but 138 knife damage just into the side of the river.
Question. Is it still just my little itty bitty spectral fucking dagger, or did it get bigger?
They look larger. They're like spectral great spears. So just like purple,
Okay.
like 50 purple spears are just like a nail gun, just rapid fired into the side of the river.
But we could get this into town, right? We could get this into town, into teleport. I could get it to the fucking the bar, and I could just obliterate the bar with the matron and
You just
everybody in
misty
it.
step it onto land and just.
Yeah. And then my
the
problems are solved.
destruction.
All of them. All of
All
them.
right, guys, I can Misty Step it tomorrow. We're just going to protect it till then.
All right, we gotta get rid of the crew. because I don't think they'll let us play like that. And then we gotta steal the gun from the kobold. I think we could do it.
Guys, I know I said this thing wouldn't make a difference in the Great Barrier War, but I think I might have underestimated what we're working with here.
Imagine what the Dawn Marine can do. Damn.
Mr. Kobold, sir.
Yes, what can I do for you, 8-9?
Unrelated to the weapon system of, the craft, because it's impressive, sure, yeah. What is that thing? And he points to his gun.
Oh, you mean my boom shot? Well, this is a little something I was pioneering back when I was an adventurer myself. You see, I'm an artificer by trade, and I'm always looking for new ways to innovate with magic and technology, bring those things together. And so, back when I was traveling, it struck me: what if I could infuse this sort of a shrapnel system? Sort of shrink it down, put it in my hand, sort of like a cross bolt or a crossbow, something like that does a little more damage, and maybe even give it an elemental tinge. Your fires, your ices, your lightnings, these sort of things. So this one right here, I can do cold and I can do fire. Now this one's very special to me, but I have others that I've worked on as well that do simple shrapnel damage and those sort of things. But most people don't ask. They don't understand it. They don't ask. But why do you ask, 8-9?
This is gonna sound weird. I saw it in my dream.
Well, wasn't that interesting to people that are dreaming about the kobold's inventions? Well, that makes me mighty proud. What exactly happened in this dream?
I mean, a bunch of people, the people that we were shooting arrows at the Sahagin with, they kind of gave it to me. It was very strange, but dreams are strange. And then I shot
Yes, of course.
it.
I once had a dream about a very magical night with the whole group of grung. That was interesting. Grungs are the frog people.
Oh! Change that!
Well, I mean, I feel like if you do have extras, I don't have a ton of money, but I'd be happy to buy one off of you.
I'm always happy to provide for more field testing. Tell you what, you know where to find me, I presume, back in the city, within the castle workshop. Come find me, and I'll give you one of my spares next time you're in town.
All right.
I did got a bit of a question for you there, Mr. Artificer.
Yes, what can I do for you, Bo?
Well, I'm just a little wondering, this magnifying power that the crown's got, is that only attached to, the way that the submarine works or whatnot? Or is that, are you guys having this kind of power readily available on land?
On land, in the sense that there is Alexander, the land strider as well, but in terms of outside of the warcasters, no. This is something that was just engineered specifically for them. They don't exist in other forms. At least, I should say at least not yet. I don't know what will be asked of us now that the projects are apparently being revived.
Yes, good to know. Thank you very much. Hey, can we have a little group huddle? Before we, just disembark on our next adventure? Guys, I'm seriously wondering if this much power in any hands, including the crown's, is too much. And I'm seriously wondering if we should do our part in taking this thing down for good.
I mean, that's what I said earlier.
Yeah, and I'm with you. I have serious concerns about us leaving and then this just falling into any hands, I've never seen the kind of destruction that we just saw.
I've never seen 50 mine knives go into a riverbed.
I was not concerned about that part. I was concerned about the giant-ass ball of steam.
Nope. I realized, a couple months back, I was like, oh, I've made Metal Gears. That's what these are.
Kind of.
What happens if you
So-
put a wish into one? Yikes.
Times 50.
I'm just saying, are we just gonna get off and walk away?
What's the alternative?
We take over the ship and destroy it.
And kill everyone that we work for currently?
It might be the moral thing to do. I'm seriously freaked out right now. I've never known any wizard, any kingdom or empire. I've never seen this kind of power in my life.
Like,
And I'm worried about the hands that it's going into.
let's
At best, it goes into the hands that we think they're going into. And even that could be a problem.
but let's consider the associated outcomes of taking this and destroying it. That's treason.
They don't need to know why it happened. You can say it malfunctioned or something. I don't know.
Doesn't mean we're not going to be running for our lives for the rest of our lives.
So we're just gonna let this go
Are we-
off and hope for the best.
Didn't say
Well,
that.
as
But-
long as we're in the conversation, let's focus for now. Right now, we know that this is the runt, as it were, of the litter. And it is still quite formidable. And there's one that can do this but on land, and presumably better. And there's one that can go in the air, I guess. For all the fun that'll be.
Fuck those
And
birds.
right now, those Githyanki are headed toward us now. So, I'd rather not.
Holding on to it right now kind of evens the potential playing field just a little bit.
We need to get there quickly as possible, make sure that the Githyanki don't get it. Also, something like this could be a real game changer for a lot of people.
For
Could
his
be something that could help a lot of people that are in binds. So, why don't we just stay flexible for right now? Find the airship, reclaim that, see how that goes, and then maybe we can circle back around this one. But with an open hand, not a closed fist. We've already proven ourselves quite formidable and quite reliable. Maybe they'll let us use it on their own. I'm bored. I'm on board to see where this goes.
I've not known powerful people to hand over such power so willingly.
I mean,
If anything terrible happens, and we could have prevented it, means the blood's on our hands. Are you ready to accept that?
Oh, terrible things happen every single day, whether or not we act.
Yes, but this is the time where we have an opportunity to act.
Bo, I'm with you here, but for the moment, I do agree with Azov. There are 2 more of these things out there. At the very least, if we get them all in one place, maybe then we can do something about them. Honestly, I don't even know how we would make this thing malfunction. I don't know how it works, much less how to sabotage it.
I mean, it wasn't working at all till we got it up and running. We're kind of responsible for it now. It's our baby, so to speak.
Yeah, but they could always make more of these gems. I don't think that's in the way.
And the engineers are in this room, so I mean, they can always make more of those too.
Yeah, I thought about that.
Thinking this necessarily doesn't end the process.
Not yet.
Well,
But
I
something
guess
to
we'll just
keep in
have to
mind.
turn it over to fate.
It does put what the Githyanki say in a new light. This is certainly a formidable weapon. I don't think they knew what they were dealing with. Otherwise, they might have sent more than those two to recover it.
Yeah.
Which probably means whatever force is waiting for us at Lover's Peak is going to be a lot stronger and a lot more unwilling to give it up.
Unless we get there first, which I doubt.
Unless we get there first.
You are
Unless we
arriving the morning after that group is supposed to arrive.
Supposed to. They had to climb a mountain.
That's true. But that was all factored into when I put it on the calendar.
Alrighty then, we'll turn it over to fate and we'll hope for the best.
All right, so we've just fast forward then to when you reach the base of the mountain and hop out of the sub to continue that.
Like so.
Come on, Rob.
Cool. So if it makes a difference, technically there was another long rest in there. If it makes a difference to anybody, but yeah. So you are arriving to go to the big calendar, just so we're all on the same page.
Bo would like to stay on the ship and find a bullshit reason to be like, oh, I just have to talk to these people or something, and would like to stay there for just a moment after everyone else is off the ship.
Sure. Okay. So just to go to the calendar, so you all see, on the 10th is when Bismarck was fixed, and then on the 11th, morning of the 11th is when you're arriving. You are down here at the base of Lover's Peak, and it is to measure it real quick. Be roughly a little under a full day's climb to get up there. So you get up there like in the evening, just before measuring it out. So just so we all have that. And so you're all getting off the sub. As you do, Narcisse is just going to have a word with everybody before you leave. And just, well, as I take this back to the capital, I just want to say it was a privilege working with you all. I've seen you all grow a lot in this short time, and I'm sure the next time we all meet, you will have grown even more. And the next time we meet, Bo and Azov, you two and I and Aurice shall enjoy some fun out in the capital.
Yep. Definitely. I can't wait.
One other thing I want to give you all, you seem to have a knack for bringing others into your causes. You hired all those hirelings. There was the half-orc who was particularly helpful to us. And I just have to assume that you're going to bring more into the fold soon. And now that our mission has come to an end, I want you to all have this. And she's going to hand over the 5th sending stone that was paired with all of yours, so that you can give it to Andrew. She's going to hand that all over to you, just assuming that, you're going to make more friends along the way who you're going to want to communicate with.
Very presumptuous. Maybe we'll just keep it for ourselves.
I want to keep it.
Either way,
it's got
yours.
some value. We could sell it.
We should sell it.
Some random person's just getting messaged from you.
And they get his cloak of billowing.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
But
Andrew's
Narcisse,
also
does
gonna
this
have
still
a
go to
cloak.
you or no?
What are you holding up the sending stone that was paired with it?
Yeah, does this still go to Narcisse's sending stone?
No, that's the one she's giving to you all.
Well, maybe you want to hold on to that. Maybe you want to get, updates from us.
You all know where to find me. It seems like this is where our path splits for now.
Fair enough.
I'm grateful to have worked with you all.
For someone so fiery, you can be so cold.
So, if something like just awful happens, what's the best way to get a message to you guys fast, if that's the case? If we start to die, or if the Githyanki get there first, or...
Take this on the caveat that you return it to me after your mission. I'm sure Sarash will understand. And she's going to hand you a different sending stone that is paired with the commander of the armed forces, the Leonin that you met before. He's been my contact back home. Let me explain the situation first, perhaps, before I hand this over.
Sure.
She'll do that. She will speak to... she'll relay a message just basically saying, here's the deal. That way they can stay in contact. We're splitting up here, but, I'll be there in like a day and a half or whatever. So it's important that they have a contact with the crown. And so then she will give you the sending stone, and that one will be linked, with Sarash Greatmane, who was the
Gentlemen, I
commander
tried.
of
I tried.
Where are we at? I'm looking for something in particular, but here we go. Is under here.
I guess important question. If we
this
are
guy down here, it's going to be linked to.
Lose my number.
So you now have a sending stone to this guy back in the capital.
Oh, I remember. He called
Who's
me
the
kid.
commander? Who's the commander of the armed forces? Yeah.
okay, Henry holds on to this one.
Well, hey, kitten. Yeah. How's the mission?
Why did you...
It's great.
Yeah. He's vaguely Jeff Goldblum is for some reason where I decided to take the voice, but yeah.
I heard Jimmy
I'll
Stewart.
accept it.
Yeah.
Well, I'm the commander of the armed forces.
I'm a lion.
I run an army. Yeah, what were you saying, Ryan?
Speaking of armies and stuff, are we at war? What's the current geopolitical status?
I wouldn't say we're at war just yet, but considering we have concrete proof now that Ganrek obtained information from within the capital, from within the castle, and sent some of his forces out to obtain what would still be considered crown property, I have to guess there's going to be a serious reprimand for this. Open war we would try our best to avoid, but there's no way he will avoid being penalized for this. Not after it's so absolute.
I don't
Just
know.
wanted to know if we're allowed to throw hands when we get up there.
You do whatever you need to defend yourselves. I don't know what's going to await you up there.
I don't know if you've been in touch with you literally just said his name.
Ganrek.
The lion guy, Sarash. Sarash Greatmane.
Since we started, but I mean, has there been any word of who the mole would have been in the castle? I mean, somebody learned about top secret projects.
I have not heard anything to that effect just yet. But when you return for the rest of your gold reward, I imagine we will all know more then.
I think you should probably keep this thing under huge lock and key, and I mean, I don't know who's trustworthy inside of the castle, but you might be bringing it right back to whoever's going to give it to the Gith in the first place.
My loyalty is sworn to the crown, and if someone within that base has betrayed the crown, they are my enemy too. Is there anything else you all wish to say before we part ways? One of
Bo's
the
just gonna
space
have
operas?
his thing where he's gonna go over something, but he's gonna wait for everybody else to leave first.
Okay.
Bye.
Everybody else leaves. Yes, Bo.
Okay.
Something more you wanted to say? I don't know if it's to her or not, but
No, Bo's gonna go over kind of quietly. He's gonna maybe try to pass off that he's like looking for something. But he's gonna go near the weapon control panel thing where the crystals are, and he's just gonna give a little prayer to. And he's gonna say, "I don't know if you are truly random, or if you're just exerting your will through the illusion of randomness and chaos and wildness. This weapon gives me so much fear for the world and if there is some kind of will to stop this from happening, do this now, even if it takes my own life. And he's going to search as much as he can and do a religion check to see if he finds any answers, and he's going to twist fate as he does that, so he can roll that religion with advantage.
Okay. Okay. And he's just seeking like an answer for what he's...
Yeah, honestly, I don't really care what the roll is, because what he's really doing is he's going to cast Comprehend Languages. And if something terrible happens that blows up the ship, so be it. And if not, then he'll accept that the ship isn't meant to be blown up. But he is fully prepared for an event where he fireballs himself and takes the ship down with him.
All right.
That.
So yeah, roll me your thing. It's on the low end, but it's not yeah.
I grow a long beard made of feathers that remains until I sneeze. I see I have my answer. Okay. I don't know that it lasts until I sneeze, so I just have a beard of thick feathers. I see what fate has decided, and I come up out of the ship.
Yeah, you walk past Narcisse like at the like hatch to close it, and she's just like gives you a look like.
I found my answer to what I was worrying about. All right, guys, let's go.
Hey, until we meet again, Bo, and remember, sometimes fate has one thing in store for us until we change it.
Indeed.
See you soon. And then she'll close the hatch. All right, so to give us our cliffhanger here as we wrap up, you are at the foot of Lover's Peak. It is going to be, it is morning now, and you're going to, at like a steady pace, you would reach the peak in the evening time. As you are starting your climb, you look up. I would like everybody to make a perception check, please.
Yeah, that's pretty typical.
Really? Damn.
Said it was getting dark. I can't see shit. I'm human.
Oh, it's early morning now.
Oh,
This
it's
is
early
like-
morning. I
Yeah,
can't see shit. It's too early.
You are starting your climb here. So everyone else.
Everybody's so focused on my beard, they're not noticing.
Yeah. Yeah, everybody's distracted by Bo's beard, but as of you look up, and when you look up, you see it looks kind of like a shadow moving across the sky from the peak.
Oh no.
And you're not sure what awaits you up there, but one thing that doesn't appear to be waiting for you is Castor. You see a ship leaving the peak, headed east.
Way cooler than the fucking submarine.
It's heading east, and it's already flying. Great.
How the fuck did they do that?
Because they got here the
They
morning.
got there a
before.
day early, yeah.
Yeah, but they didn't know how the fuck it worked.
You don't know about what this other group is that
I mean,
showed
we
up?
figured out how it worked within like a day. I guess they did
That's true.
too.
We only
The
had one smart
mole!
person with us.
And I can't roll for shit, so really, do we have a smart person with us?
So, there's something happened up there on that mountain, and you'll find out next week, where you'll also meet Andrew.
Quick,
See how
Henry,
that
shoot it
goes.
down. Shoot it down.
All right.
Oh man, so yeah, that's where we're gonna leave this episode. Went a little bit longer, but that gets us up to the point where Andrew will be joining.
Does a 17 hit?
Wait, it if you can fire all the way up a mountain, hypothetically, if you could reach it, it would go off the side of the thing.
What if it was a natural 20 though, right?
Hilarious.
Can you imagine? Oh man.
We all just put on sunglasses.
Yeah,
Just
that would
walk
be
away.
that would be an immediate another level up if you somehow did that. Oh man. So yeah, this thing starts heading east. Toward, I mean, we know it's to the east, and it ain't your kingdom. So yeah. Next week we'll pick up. You guys will climb the mountain and you'll find something up there. We shall see.
Story.
Yeah. But you will at least find Andrew up there, so it'll be interesting.
There's that.
And that's an episode.
What's Andrew doing up there?
I don't know. He's been spending a ton of weeks working on that backstory.
I can't wait.
All right. Well, bye, stream then.
Yeah, bye everybody. Be back next week.